Flashbang.
Oh my god, I was muted. Hi! Hello everyone, hi. Why does it always feel like it's been a while? I don't know. It's probably because my streams start late into the week now. God damn it, yeah, I was telling you I was freaking muted. I don't know, OBS needs that thing when you're in studio mode and you move to like other scenes. It should have like the properties of the audio like already there. Yeah, it feels like it's been a while because like my streams always start late into the week. But no worries, I am going to be streaming 2 collabs this week. I am finally socializing more with VTuber friends. Finally, I'm crawling out of my freaking comfort zone. Also, yes, the timer isn't new, actually. It's been there since forever. I don't know how you guys didn't notice it. But also, there's KoMETA merch now. And there's also a limited box. I don't know if it's sold out yet. I don't freaking know. But it has freebies that I made. So you get like stickers and pins that, you know, I doodled. Cause Gira was like, can you doodle these? Okay. So you get Virgil art freebies if you buy the box. I went to 30 minutes once. Wait, what? The timer? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Yeah, I'm touching grass online. Anyway, I'm gonna be finishing sign orders now. Like, it's been a while. I keep freaking doing it because, like, I don't know. Sometimes the power cuts out. Like, Jesus Christ. Yesterday, there was like a really long freaking power outage. I think it went for 7 hours. I was dying. Right? They told me, oh, it's gonna come back in 3 hours. In 3 hours, it's not there yet. I had to wait till like 7 p.m. And now my internet's freaking whack. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna be reading sign no UTA, so it shouldn't be too bad. What happened to the fridge? What happened to the fridge? I don't know, the fridge is fine. The fridge works as normal. It's a fridge. Right? The milk didn't spoil. I mean, I don't have milk in the first place, but yeah. Where do you buy the merch? I think it's in the KoMETA website. I actually didn't check myself, Jesus Christ. Yeah, buy the merch. I don't know where you can buy it. God, I hate power outages. I hate living in the Philippines. Freaking power outages. I hate living in the boonies in freaking Philippines. Like, Jesus Christ. Sometimes this power outage would go on for a day. The fridge exploded. No, I didn't say the fridge exploded. You guys are making stuff up again. You guys are making stuff up. Why, how would the fridge even explode? When did I ever say... No tweets yet about order forms. Stop trying to do your freaking job, goddammit. I have a crack. I'm like cracking my whip right now. Don't take that out of context. The part without the whip, you know. But yeah, we're gonna be reading a sign over that. I'm gonna be freaking finishing the visual novel. I don't care how long it takes. But also, I haven't finished my gift art yet for Terry Papa. He's not here for sure, so I'm making Terry Papa Mutsuki art right now. And I'm literally just shading it, but like, I need to go to the bathroom. I don't think I have time to finish this before stream. And during stream then, yeah, but like, it's not gonna be... It's not gonna take too long, I think. Cause like, we're almost ending it, I guess? Yeah, it's his birth anniversary. I like how he made it look like he died. Yeah, he's dead. Terry Papa's dead. I don't have parents anymore. Look. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. God damn it. Dude, do you know I was freaking asleep the entire day? And then like, you guys should have heard my neighbors while I was sleeping. Like, when I was sleeping, there was like simultaneous noises going on from my neighbors. There was like a guy laughing his ass off, like really loud, like really freaking loud. I think he's drunk. And then I heard like a kid crying, and then I heard another kid playing. And then like there's like dogs screaming, and then there was like birds screaming, and then there was like a woman like laughing really loudly too, and then it was like all going on at the same time, and then there was like motorcycle sounds, and I was like going insane because I was like trying to sleep. No, it's not in the morning, it's like the afternoon, but I was still sleeping. And then I was like freaking pissed off. No gunshots, I see this is a quiet day. Yeah, I know, right? Actually, someone died! Someone died the other day! he got stabbed 24 times! Oh, I should laugh about that, but like, holy shit. What? But like, yeah, someone died here. Like the other day, like literally like 2 days ago. No, I'm not laughing. It's just what is going on? So anyway, I wake up because like the noises are too loud, right? And then the moment I wake up, they stopped. They stopped. Guy gets stabbed 24 times. Virgil loves her ass. Yeah, it's actual murder. Like, Jesus, what? What? It was like a few blocks away from me. And then like I was in the car with my grandma, and then she pointed out the house to me. Did you know someone died there yesterday? It was like 24 stab wounds. I was like, oh. Maybe you're hearing voices. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, maybe it was just a nightmare and I just woke up and they stopped. Nothing crazy Diamond can't fix. Oh my god, speaking of, I was like freaking listening to Kira's OST again. I don't know why. Is it like random stabbing or actual argument or some shit? It was actual argument. And then like the guy gets stabbed 24 times. I was like, oh, that's scary. Now we're here laughing about it. I'm not actually laughing about it. Like when it happened, I was like, oh, that's insane. The guy living across from me slashed his throat last year, and we used his blood-red carpet to kill weeds. Did you actually? Is that how it works in Australia now? 24 stab wounds. I know, right? It's like some freaking video game stuff. 24 stab wounds. That sucks. Rip to that dude. Yeah, it was an argument. I forgot about what. And then the guy got stabbed like 24 times. So you're not wrong that, oh no gunshots, quiet day. Cause like, someone actually died the other day here. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry for laughing. I didn't mean it. I'm not actually laughing, okay? It was like nervous laughter. Yeah, that Detroit, the game. It's a game? I thought it was a movie. What content? I don't know. Maybe the police people actually do that. Like, let's count the stab wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Didn't know the Philippines was that wild. Yeah, and it's not even the dangerous. I'm not even in the dangerous parts of the Philippines yet. The dangerous parts of the Philippines is in the city, like in Tondo, Manila. I'm in like the boonies. I'm in freaking Pampanga. I live in the rice fields, and someone died. At least it wasn't some random stabbing. It'd be scary as well. Oh, actually, like you know how I usually order from Grab, right? Sometimes the people, like the Grab drivers, would pass by that area, and then like some random guy would start chasing them, and then like the moment they get to me, they're gonna be like, oh, someone was chasing me in like the alleyway there. And I'm like, oh yeah, don't go there. You should go the long way around. That place is insane. I live near serial killers. But welcome to the rice fields. Did you put mayo in his sizzling? No, I mean, yeah, probably, but like nobody in Pampanga actually does that. My food delivery driver robbed my car last month. Oh, so was that the story? I live near serial. Virgil, be safe. No, I'm not in danger, chat. I am the danger. I was the one that stabbed the guy 24 times. You should tip your Grab drivers. Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Yeah, I always tip them like 50 pesos or something. Yeah. Grab drivers, be safe. Yeah, oh my god, good thing they're in motorcycles. I am the one who knocks! Oh, so you caught it, yeah. That's why I'm telling you this, specific details right now. Yes, officer, we found the suspect. It's this rat right here. This is my murder confession stream. With a feather, he was tickled to death. Okay, but yeah, I should start now. Anyway, No Uta. Where did we stop, actually? I know we stopped like a cliffhanger. I think it was after, the best friend and Tanbo was looking through Olgai's office and all that stuff. How many style points is 24 subs? It's SSS, super sexy style, you know? Anyway, let's go. Let's freaking go. Flashbang! There we go. Now you can hear the music. Super stabby style, yeah. Alright, let's go. Is it linear now, or there's still branching choices? There's still branching choices. I think there's like one more choice here, and it's like near the ending. I think think there's literally like 4 endings here. I don't know. You stab a guy with a fork 24 times. Does it count as 72? Oh, I actually had a dream of like someone stabbing someone to death with a fork. I guess it counts as 72 because, like, you know, more pointy stuff, you know. Oh, nice. The sound is higher quality now. I literally didn't change anything. Okay, he collapses to the floor, unable to hang on to his slipping consciousness. Alright, let's load this up. Let's load this bad boy up. When he wakes, Koji finds himself lying on something dry and soft. A bed is a bed, he thinks to himself, even one that smells of mold and dust, and especially after sleeping in cold mud all night. This is me going home. There are no lights hanging from the ceiling, but the soft, warm light of a lamp fills the room. More pointy stuff. There's literally nothing wrong with that. You guys are stretching right now. You guys are freaking horny. Simple furnishings, non-existent decor. Koji realizes that he's in Olgai's cabin, in the bedroom that he researched before Fuminori pushed him into the well. I thought Olgai would be the kind of guy that would sleep on the floor. Like, I didn't know he was the guy that would care about, like, buying a bed. I thought he would just be like, oh yeah, floor is fine as long as I get to sleep. You know? Oh! God, I love handsome women so much. Yoko is sitting in a chair against the wall, her expression blank as she studies the pile of documents on the table in front of her. She must have brought them up from Olgai's underground lab. Olgai's floor gang. Your back feels hot. I used to sleep on the floor back then, but we actually have a mattress, but it was like, there was no bed thingy, like bed frame. It was just a mattress on the ground. I liked it. I don't know, I kind of liked it as a kid. But as I got older, of course, I needed a bed frame. So I'm not floor gang anymore. I'm bed gang. And my dogs would like crawl under the bed. I slept on the floor in college. Oh, I remember in school, like me and my classmates would sleep on the floor. Like, there would be cardboard boxes. Like the ones that aren't like assembled yet. So it's like literally a flat cardboard box. And then we would like place them on the ground and then we would sleep there. It's fun, you know, it's like a sleepover but at school. And the sleep consists of 1 hour until the next teacher arrives. She turns a page and then takes a bite from the sandwich with her in her free hand. Oh wait, give me a bit.
食べる元気があるようならそこに
Without looking up from the file, she gestures towards the convenience store bag sitting on the nightstand.
俺をどうやってここに
Never tried that in school, I just sleep in the chair. Nah. Actually, it's always the girls that sleep on the floor. Cause you can't imagine that even a woman like Ryoko could have climbed out of the well with him on her back.
あの地下室
She's strong.
本
Imagine
棚の裏に開かない扉があってね
Ryoko mutters, taking care not to let the explanation interfere with her reading or eating.
苦労して破ってみたら別荘のボイラー
She's so
室に
me
出
right
た
now.
反対側は薄くモルタルを塗って隠してあったんだな
What the hell's a mortar? Isn't that the thing that they use with mortar and pestle?
隠し部屋に機材を運び込んでからドアを塞いでその後は井戸から出入りしていたんだろう周到なもんだ
The sandwich
そ
is
こまで
making
し
me
て隠
hungry.
さなきゃならないものがあの部屋にあったんですか
昔はねそれにさっきまでも
Having finished her sandwich, Ryoko picks up some unsorted papers with her free hand and waves them in the air.
世界中の研究者が誰もかも学会で演壇に登ってリサイタルをやりたがるわけじゃないのさ自分一人が秘密に通じて最後には自分のしたいもろとも秘密の墓穴にしまい込んで満足するような
Sandwich filling tear
So you
list.
hentai
Oh, I'm gonna
yaru
be like the
mo
worst to ask about sandwich filling tears. Because I don't like tomato, I don't like ketchup, I don't like mayo. I mean, mayo's fine, I guess. But like, I don't like cucumbers. I'm trying my best to like get into... I like tomato sauce, marinara sauce. I don't like tomatoes by itself, I don't like ketchup. And I know it sounds so stupid. That's why I'm trying so hard to like find the opportunity to eat ketchup now. Koji still hasn't decided his idea what Olgai's secret might have been. From what Ryoko said in that tunnel, however, he can guess that Fuminori is somehow involved.
文則は
What's wrong with tomatoes? I don't
どう
know.
なっちまったんですか
Oh, I like pickles. Pickles is fine. I hate cucumbers, I like pickles. What happened to Fuminori? Koji asks desperately, no longer caring who he gets answers from.
地下の死体と文則と一体どういう関係があるんです？
今それを調べてるところだよ。
He's trying to get it on with an eldritch horror that looks like a child. Koji. Cucumber and marinara on rye for lunch. I could eat that. Just remove the cucumber. Replace it with pickles. I could eat that. Cheese whiz is fine. I like cheese whiz. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm one of those kids that like cheese a lot, you know? Sorry, my mind is on the sweet sandwiches and I hope it's not just bread and tomato. No, that is, it looks like ham and lettuce and, you know, bread. White bread. Do you put cheese whiz and rice? No, do you? That's disgusting. I don't ever put condiments in my rice. Also, like, meat sandwiches. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm trying to find out. Ryoko replies coldly as though Koji's concerns are none of hers.
私が咲坂君から聞いたところによると、彼は王外の親族から調査を頼まれているという
Ogai's
話だった。
daughter. He's trying to bang.
それは俺も聞いてます。
そうか、一貫してるんだな。
Ryoko pulls several sheets of loose leaf paper from a different file.
だが王外に血縁者はいない。私は
How does she know?
咲
Is
坂
she like
君が嘘をついているものとばかり思ってい
ex-wife
た。
or some shit?
だが、もう一つの可能性を考えるべきだった。
The funny thing is that it's actually someone that's, you know, not blood related to Ogai, but still like his family member. Convergil, Ryoko pauses, then looks silent at Koji.
サヤという名前に心当たりは？
さや？いえ、誰なんですか？
さて誰なのか、何なのか。読めば読むほ
It's
どわから
literally
な
his
くなっ
daughter
て
that's
くる。
literally an eldritch horror, okay? That he adopted. It's not that hard to understand. She said it. She said title drop. Oh, does the name A Song of Saya ring a bell? She sighs bitterly, then returns her attention to the papers in her hand.
間違いなく言えるのは、そいつが王外の研究の核にあるものらしいということだけだ。もし咲坂君がこのサヤと呼ばれるものとすでに深く関わっているのなら、彼はもう引き返せないところまで踏み込んでいるということになる。
Really feel that good that you can't turn back. The icy certainty in Ryoko's voice sends a chill down Koji's spine.
だとしたら、どうするつもりなんです、文則を。
Not once has Saya sung so far. Who knows? Maybe soon she's gonna start singing, and then what's his name again? The Ryan Gosling, the MC. He's gonna be like, oh, I'm hearing the song of Saya right now. It sounds so good. He has to ask, even though he already knows the answer.
さっきも言ったよね。1年前の私も手元に銃
What
を持
happens
っ
if you
てれ
break
ば
up
っ
with
て
Saya
どれだけ
with
後悔したか知れ
octopi?
ないんだ。
I would imagine worms or snakes, cause like snakes are like basically bigger worms but cooler, right? They feel the same. I don't think octopi counts. I don't know. It depends how many limbs does Saya have when she's in her eldritch form. He also asks, even though he already knows the answer. It's like I said, Ryoko replies, making at attention Koji's voice. I have no idea how many times I wish I'd kill Ogai when I had a chance.
もう二度と後悔するつもりはない。
I won't make the same mistake twice. Oh, I love snakes actually. Like, you know those yellow snakes they bring to like zoos and schools? Those really big yellow snakes. People would be scared of them. I mean, most people would be scared of them, but I'd be like, yeah, hell yeah, I love snakes. I'd be like hugging it. What coils around me? I think it's trying to kill me, but like, whatever.
俺が警察に行けば済むことです。
If I go to the police, it'll all be over. Oh, police do not exist in visual novels and in anime. Ryoko doesn't respond, as though she didn't even hear what Koji just said.
文則がやったことは殺人未遂です。俺が訴えれば、あいつは犯罪者として。
目撃者は、物証は、咲坂君が君を殺す動機は。
I mean, if he actually reports Fuminori to the police, all they have to do is just check the corpses at his place, right? And he's gone. That's the evidence. Wormholes, nice one. Hi V,
君は
hi.
警察の仕事についてひどく勘違いしている。
Japanese policemen seem really shine the flashlight around and then leave as fast as possible. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Ryo cuts him off harshly. You have witnesses proof what was Sakisaka's motive. You know, Tono. You're completely misunderstanding what the police do.
彼らの職分は正義を貫くことでも、市民の安全を守ることでもない。
そんな。
不条理な物事についてきちんと条理に沿った体裁を整える。これ彼らの思考はいつだってより理解しやすい方、より説明しやすい方に傾いていく。それこそ水が低い方へ低い方へと流れていくように。事実がどうあろうと彼らには興味ない。彼らが感知するところではないんだよ。小説より奇なる事実なんてものは。
そこまで決めつけることないでしょう。話してみなければ分かりませんよ。
そう、わからない。そこが問題だ。
She hasn't spared Koji a second glance since looking at him earlier. Even while talking, her attention is always focused on the papers in front of her.
君が錯乱した親友の手で井戸に落とされたと主張する。
Yeah, he did get arrested in the other route, so literally, they should just try reporting him to the police. What is wrong with anime characters being like, no, the police won't help? Have you tried? Have you tried? Let's say you accuse your friend of pushing you into a well.
すると、警察はあと2つばかり真実の候補を用意するだろう。君が狂言自殺で親友を陥れようとしているとか、あるいはもっとシンプルに、事故で井戸に落ちた君が錯乱して親友を疑ってるとか。
The stuff in his fridge.
この3案のどれかが捜査っていうレースで勝ちを競うわけだ。
Ryoko pulls out another sandwich
勝ち馬は誰にもわからない。
Why do you make it sound like that note scene? I'll take another potato chip and eat it. These three possibilities will compete to see which comes out with the most convincing evidence. No one knows which will be the winner.
こんな博打に君は
Yeah,
信
the police
頼
are
潰すまで
powerless
かけ
kind
る
of
気かい？
stupid, but like, okay, whatever. If the police were actually involved, it would be a boring story. No one knows which will be the winner. Are you willing to bet everything you have on your truth? Koji has no response. Can he really explain with cold, clear logic what drove Fuminori to do what he did? How can he convince anyone else when he doesn't even understand it himself?
そして一番の問題は、君がそういうランチキ騒ぎに手こずっている隙に先坂文則を追い詰めるチャンスを逃すことだよ。身辺で火の手が上がれば彼は手遅れになる前にさっさと姿をくらますだろう。そうやってまたバンジョ
Why didn't he do that when he broke up with Saya? Why didn't he just go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave my house. I'm gonna leave town. In that other ending. She wears glasses, therefore she must be right. Oh yes. I wear glasses in real life. That means I'm always right. So if chat ever tries to like bully me, like no Virgil, actually no, I'm right. I wear glasses in real life. You're wrong. My eye grade is higher than your eye grade. I am more blind than you are. She pauses to take a bite of her sandwich before finishing.
私が鴎外を取り逃がしたようにね。
My eye grade is higher than your eye grade. I don't care if you wear glasses. A heavy silence falls upon them, with only the soft rustle of pages turning in Ryoko's hands to mark the passage of time.
教えてくださいよ、先生。
Koji says, his hushed voice beating through the quiet.
あなたが警察を差し置いてまで処刑しようなんて思うほど、そこまで許しがたいことって何なんです？鴎外って人はあの地下室で何をやってたんですか？
Once again, Ryoko ignores Koji's question. This time, however, Koji doesn't back down. His silent glare demands her attention as she pours through the documents before her. After some time, Ryoko rearranges the papers in her hands and sets them aside, as though having come to some conclusion. She then turns her chair to face Koji for the first time since he awoke.
なあ、トノ君。
Her heart stabilized the calmness of her voice.
君はここいら辺で降りた方がいい。ナスカ日光の温泉でゆっくり羽を伸ばして、何もかも
The
忘れ
best
る気にな
advice
って
someone has
から
ever
東京
given
に戻ってき
in
な
this
さい。
visual novel. You know what? Just leave town. Just forget any of this happened. Don't get roped into this.
忘れろ。
My girlfriend died. Koji feels anger rise within him.
近江は俺の恋
yeah,
人でし
see?
た。
Exactly.
文則は俺の親友でした。それを忘れろと。
Exactly.
そうだ、忘れろ。これは提案じゃない。
Ryoko replies,
警告だ。
clearly buffing Koji's anger. This isn't a suggestion, it's a warning.
今まではどうであれ。これからの君の人生に、その二人は一切関わりを持たないだろう。断言して。
Koji's going to die from hunger before anything happens.
じゃあつくばは。
Koji shouts, unable to control himself.
彼女はどうなる。あの子は電話口で俺に助けを求
Yeah,
め
you
て
might
た。
as well just forget about
ど
her.
こかで
too.
ひどい目に遭わされてたん
He's
だ。
gone.
そりゃ何十時間前の話かね。
な
私が君を助けてから何時間経ったと思う。そうでなければ、井戸の中の君があと何時間持ったと思う。
She shakes her head and
遅すぎるよ。
declares coldly.
彼女はとっくに死んでるだろう。
Yeah.
誰もが君ほど幸
You're,
運だなんて
you're
思わない
fucking
方がい
alone
い。
now. You have no friends. That's what she's saying. You're heartless. Koji growls, unable to suppress his anger.
あの井戸で
Yeah,
俺の死体を見つけても。
All he drank was freaking vodka. That's going to melt your stomach, by the way. If you don't have anything in your stomach and you drink like that kind of liquor, you're going to die. Isn't someone dying enough of a lead for the cops? Yeah, like, aren't the cops like, yeah, like, these two college students are gone. I wonder where they are. Oh wow, this happy family suddenly died. Yeah, okay, whatever. If you'd found me dead in that well, you wouldn't have thought anything of it, would you?
そりゃ覚悟してたからね。まさか生きてるとは思わなかったよ。
Ryoko says with a shrug, unfazed by Koji's ire. I hardly expected to find you alive. It is futile to argue with this woman, Koji realizes. Her values are fundamentally different from his own. Nothing he can say will ever move her. Koji gets out of bed and stands on his shaky legs.
どのくらい俺は寝てたんです。
I'm hungry.
ざっと半日ばかり。消耗した後速やかに休息が取れるってのは羨ましいね。若いうちだけだよ。
Koji
So
looks
you
at his
mucha
watch
no.
and sees that it's 4 in the morning, which means that it was already early evening when Ryoko rescued him. He can't believe that he survived in that well for almost 2 days. People are supposed to perish at about 3 hours of exposure. This man is above average, still even got hit on the head before the fall, right? Wait, is that really how it works? I thought people would live as long as Koji did. But yeah, 2 days in a well. But there's like a guy that was stuck in a cave for like a month or something, right? Like, it was the one the internet historian covered. But then again, he did have food in him. Maybe he drank like the well stuff and ate the well stuff. Yeah, the cave video. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's a cave video. But then again, that guy had food. Now that the gaps in his memory have been filled and his sense of time has returned, he realizes that it's already Sunday morning. Ryoko's right, a lot of time has passed since he spoke to you on the phone. Alright, hypothermia. Yeah, he still died. Yeah. I don't know, it made me feel uncomfortable because like imagine being in that tight space, you can't even move at all. You can survive around 7 days without food and 3 without water, more or less. Yeah. I think I heard something about like that. Something about that like from a movie called The Platform. They talk about how long someone can live without food and how long they can live without water. I can't understand cave divers either. That's like... I'd rather just walk straight to a criminal, you know? Koji grabs his sports drink and 2 jelly packs from the bag of food. Oh, he's finally eating. That Ryoko brought. Then heads for the door. His legs are still a little unsteady, but he can compensate for that with sheer willpower.
念のため聞かせてもらうが、どこに行くつもりだい？
Just to make sure, you mind telling me where you're going?
東京へ。
Koji replies brusquely. How do you say that? Brusquely. His tone as hard as hers.
つくば陽はまだ間に合うかもしれない。彼女を助けに行きます。
Alright, they're really far from Tokyo right now.
人の話を聞かないやつだね、君は。
聞く耳持たないのはお互い様でしょう。
I like that face. Wait, how do I like that face a lot. I'm trying to do it in real life, but I can't. Koji is expecting Ryoko to watch him go with that cold, mocking smile of hers. Instead, however, she sighs heavily and rests her jaw in her hands.
もう少し待つ気はないか。
She just smiles at him like that and then goes like, oh yeah, I'm going back to being a kudera. Can't you wait a little longer somewhere in here? She thrusts her chin at the mountain of papers in front of her.
オーガイがサヤと名付けたもの
Is
が
the
何だ
answer
った
to
の
what
か
this thing called
答
Saya
えが
is.
隠されてるはずだ。そ
You
いつを
try
突き
doing that, so I
止め
just
て
did.
ちゃんと対策を講じてから動くべ
Pretty
きだ
smiles.
と
Yeah,
私
but
は思う。
the way Kirei smiles isn't like that. The way Kirei smiles is like cold. Hers is like, you know, mocking. Like,
つくばが死んでると決めてかかってるあんたなら
You
当
want me to
然そう
narrate
思う
to
でしょうね。
Okay. You would think that since you're already convinced that Tsukuba is dead. Okay, wait, let me. In truth, Koji is extremely uneasy about going. I sound stupid. More than usual. Koji is extremely uneasy about going it alone. At the same time, however, he knows that he must depend on Ryoko. She made it clear that she doesn't care about saving lives. Teaming up with her only will only make it more difficult to salvage anything out of this nightmare.
殿くん。
Tono, Ryoko closed just before Koji steps out of the door.
仮にも一度は殺されかかってるんだ。もう二度と殺されるな。
You can survive up until 3 months. Without water, 7 days. How about without food? And with water? Oh, 3 months. But how about without food? She picks something up from the table and tosses it to Koji. When Koji catches it, he feels its solid weight fill his hands.
これ
Oh!
は
Koji stares at the menacing shape of KoMETA. That's really hit hard. It's a revolver, yeah. The same one that was clenched in Olga's skeletal fist.
あと4発入ってる。安全措置はない。
That's gonna hurt a lot. It has
引き
4
金を
more
引くだ
shots.
けで
There's
弾
no
が出る。
safety, so just pull the trigger to fire.
どこでどう使うかは
I'll
君
use
の
it,
判
it's
断
up
に
to you.
任せるよ。
If Koji were his usual cautious self, he would not hesitate to reject the dangerous offering. The only time he truly need a gun is when all hope is lost. He'd prefer not to fight a losing war. I think mocking grin needs a note since it'll be her default expression. Yeah, exactly, you get it, exactly. That's gonna be my default expression, my 2.0 mode. I'm just gonna look at you with like a mocking grin. When all hope is lost, you can take it in any other way. In either way. And yet, without even knowing it, Koji has already set foot into Ryoko's world. Choosing instinct over reason, he accepts a small but deadly weapon and stuffs it into his pocket and then proceeds to shoot himself in the thigh. There is no question that Koji intends to save Ryo and bring Fuminori to answer for his crimes. In the back of his mind, however, he can hear the footsteps of ruin approaching. No food, no water, 3 days. Water, no food, up to 3 months. Oh, okay, I see. Thank you. When he steps out of the cabin's front door, Koji shivers as the wind tears into his skin. To his surprise, the outside air is even colder than the mud at the bottom of the well. Perhaps the cramped space mitigated the cold somewhat. If he had been exposed to this chill all night long, he would surely have frozen to death. Koji finds 2 cars parked in the yard. The smaller car next to his must be Ryoko's. When he sits behind the wheel of his car... Oh my god, maybe Ryoko was Ryan Gosling all along. If you think about it, Fuminori hasn't driven... Oh wait, I think he did. Yeah, he did. But Ryoko fits the bill more, you know? When he sits behind the wheel of his car, he gets some relief from the feeling that he has taken the first step, however small, back into his world. He sips the sports drink, wetting his parched throat, then washes down some jelly. Did Ryoko eat all the sandwiches? Why is he just eating jelly? I hate jelly. Unless it's like flan or pudding. I freaking hate jelly. His stomach rebels at the sudden influx of food after 36 hours on empty, but he manages to force down the urge to vomit. Koji needs the energy. No matter how hard it is, he must regain enough stamina to overcome the challenges ahead. He really likes jelly. I only like jelly if it's like mogu mogu, you know? You know that drink? That Filipino drink? I mean, it's not Filipino probably, but it's like popular in the Philippines back then. I like mogu mogu. Because the jelly there is firmer. I did have jelly cup from school lunches. Fortunately, I think school lunches in the Philippines are way better than the ones in like the States. I don't know how it is in Australia, but like it's way better than the ones in the States. So it's not bad. You know, it's actually quite good. At least in my place. Nata de coco, yeah. I like nata de coco. After forcing down as much food as he can handle, Koji leans back in his seat and takes a short break. When he begins to feel like himself again, he reaches into the back seat and pulls his spare cell phone out of his bag. He never expected that carrying 2 phones would be such a stroke of luck. As he calls up Fuminori's number and he prepares to hit send, Koji is overcome by a flood of emotion. Rage, despair, sorrow, pity. He is unable to decide what to feel toward his friend. However, there is no time to dwell on the past. On he passed. Every second lost diminishes the chance of saving Omi and Yo. Koji refuses to consider that it may already be too late. He steels himself and presses the button, then holds the phone to his ear as it rings. The shrill sound seems to go on for longer than it ever has in his life. Right now, Fuminori's phone must be displaying the same name of the caller. Koji wonders what his reaction will be when he sees it. Koji's alive! You're alive. Do people actually sound like that in real life? The call goes through. In the silence on the other end of the phone, Koji senses surprise, apprehension, and dark fury. Feeling slightly gratified, Koji delivers the first jab.
Yo, そんなに意外か、死人からの電話。
Yo!
驚いたね。どうやって
As Koji is about to answer, an idea suddenly comes to him.
井戸の底に仕掛けがあったのさ。地下の隠し部屋
Yeah, why
に行
does
くためのな。
that sound? Should it be like or something? That is not what silence sounds like, sir. There was a secret in the passage. There was a secret passage in the well. Koji says, a plan forming rapidly in his mind. It led to a hidden underground lab. He pauses to let it sink in. Then, with satisfaction filling his voice, he says,
会えたぜ。大貝正彦と。
Oh! Langyan. Fuminori's gas tells Koji that the advantage is his. Giving his voice bold, he decides to further exaggerate the truth.
何もかも分かった。サヤってやつのことも全部。お前たちは終わりだよ、文則。
She's a child, Fuminori. I'm reporting you to the police.
何もかもバラしてやる。
It's here looking and writing. I mean, no, but like Ka sounds cooler, you know?
証拠はちゃんと揃って
KUH.
るからな。
I've got all the proof I need to blow this thing wide open. You won't even see it coming.
貴様は
You son of a bitch! It's obvious from Fuminori's tone that rage has overwhelmed his reason. Koji's bluff is working perfectly. His victory is tainted, however, as Fuminori's response to the name Saya brings a cry of anguish from the corner of his heart that still wants to believe his friend can be saved. I can save him!
咲坂君がこのサヤと呼ばれるものとすでに深く関わっているのなら
Ryoko's words play back in his head, sounding even colder than before.
彼はもう引き返せないところまで踏み込んでいる。
He mustn't allow emotion to sway him.
文則。近江と筑波はどこだ。
Hello there, child soldier. Hello. I'm slacking off. Koji suddenly switches topics, trying to keep Fuminori off balance. It all comes down to this.
俺にだって情けはある。お前の出方次第では
It should
考
have
え
been
ん
me,
でも
not her. That's what Koji's feeling right now. Depending on your answer, I might be willing to cut you a deal.
お前がこれ以上誰も傷つけないというのなら俺にしたことは忘れてやる。俺だってこれ以上お前とさやに関わり合いを持つのは
Oh yeah,
願い
about
下げなんだ。
that. Koji, about that, yeah.
近江たちさえ無事に戻
About
ればい
me
い。
and y'all.
大海とようね。
Fuminori's voice trails off. He's obviously trying to decide how far Koji can be trusted, and whether there's room for negotiation. Fuminori has been called out, and now it's time for him to show his hand.
近江のことは本当に知らない。
One of them is technically alive. Better off dead, you know?
でも要は
They tasted okay. Oh yeah, your girlfriend, I literally ate her, and I ate her out. Yeah. I honestly don't know anything about Omi. She never came by my house. Oh yeah, he doesn't know about Omi. Right. Fuminori pauses, then gives an annoying chuckle that sends chills up Koji's spine.
要はどうだかな。
Yeah, we saw it. Shut up, shut up, shut up. We don't talk about that.
お前のところにいるんだな。
There's not gonna be a next time, I'm pretty sure. That was like the last Ero scene, you know? That was the last H scene. She's with you, isn't she? Koji is relieved to learn Neo's location and that she is at least still alive. At the same time, however, he remembers that horrifying phone call. It is clear now that Fuminori played some part in Neo's suffering. Had she already fallen into his trap back then? I can't believe Virgil's permanently demonetized. Yes, guys, I'm literally dying now. I'm dying. Gira is suffering. KoMETA will collapse. I cannot earn money anymore. Don't die, sir. No, no. What has happened to her? How is she being treated?
彼女はね、念願かなってようやく僕の持ち物になったんだ。
Hi, Yusachi, by the way. I had to like look at your
お前と
profile
当然
picture
だでも
really
ようやく実を結んだわけだな。
I'm very used to you having like full purple hair, you know. Her wish has finally come true, Fuminori says with venomous sarcasm. She's my property now. I guess you and Omi got what you wanted after all. Wow! Koji feels despair settle over his soul. How much lower will this man go? Must Fuminori seek out and destroy every memory of the friendship they once shared?
筑波を解放しろ。彼女の
I'm
安
in
全を確
YouTube
認した
jail
ら
right now.
お
Susan, let
前
me
らに
out.
ついての証拠を破棄してやる。
Let me out. Ah! Let's Sokobago. When I'm sure she's safe, I'll destroy everything I have in Saya. Don't worry, boss. It looks like the bond silver. See you, Mr. Sano, for the super chat. Now I won't get fired. How can I trust you? First, I want you to.
お前に選択の余地を与えるつもりはないよ、ふみどり。
Ooh. The sexual tension here is insane. Koji instinctively realizes that it's dangerous to push his bluff any further.
後でまた連絡する。それまでに
You're
よく考えて
used
お
to
け。
my purple and not with the lyrical persona. Guess I'll change then just for you. Oh my god, girl! Because I like you for you. Wow, I'll call again later. You have until then to make up your mind. He hangs up without waiting for a response. Fuminori doesn't know. Ryan Gosling Yaoi is unexplored territory. Yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure like somewhere in the internet there's probably like Ryan Gosling self-sus of him and his other characters. Like there's probably one for Blade Runner and for Drive for sure. Christian Bale, bruh. It's like me and Fuminori doesn't know that Koji is still at the cabin in Tochigi. Right now, he's probably worrying about whether Koji will show up in 1 hour or 1 minute. Koji hopes that he'll be able to take advantage of Fuminori's confusion. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, be right back. Hello? Hi. Okay, I'm back. I drank water. What are you guys on? Oh, thank you for your super chat, Scribble in the Dark. The eats guy lays the order with laxative. No! It's called grabs, by the way. Also, I just, like, pissed, right? What are you guys talking about right now? Welcome back. Yes, I'm back. Anyway, I'm gonna start again. I'll call you later. You have until then to make up your mind. He hangs up without waiting for a response. Familiar doesn't know that Koji is still at the cabin, Tochigi. Right now, he's probably worrying about whether Koji still will show up in 1 hour and 1 minute. Koji hopes that he'll be able to take advantage of Fuminori's confusion. Huh, yeah, I understand everything now, Fuminori. He actually doesn't understand anything. 3 hours, that's how long it will take to race all the way back to Tokyo. Koji is afraid that his body won't carry him through such a long drive. His mind is clear, but his limbs still feel half asleep, like they're weighted down with lead. Although he knows that he has to stay resolute, Koji still longs for the peace he had just a few days ago, when life or death struggles were the furthest thing from his mind. Back then, he could never have imagined himself fighting to rescue a friend from the clutches of a madman. With each passing moment, he feels himself becoming less like the person he was. When all of this is over, will he be able to return to his old life? Or will this change continue until it has consumed him utterly? Time is against him. Every second that passes is wasted. Even so, he decides to allow himself just 5 minutes of weakness. For exactly 5 minutes, he leans against the steering wheel and cries. Isn't Tanbo with him? And when his tears have run dry and his heart is calm, Koji starts off his car and drives away. Wait, Tan wasn't with him? Yeah, he's gonna become a monk instead if he, like, chooses to just ignore this. I stare at the silent phone in my hand. There's anger, of course, but something cold and heavy holds my emotions in check. The sense of danger. To be honest, I'm surprised at how calm I am. Because you're a sociopath now.
Shujin.
He made her call. He made her call him that. Like overworked Amazon employees on the scheduled crime break. Bro, you know the funny thing is I was actually listening to like Bezos one, that song by Bo Burnham. But it was like I kept listening to it the past few days. Come on, Jeff, get him! I forget how it went. Fuck their wives, drink their blood. Come on, Jeff, get him! Master, Yo looks up at me apprehensively, her head between my thighs. She was... I'm kind of worried about this. Should I... Yeah, CAO entrepreneur song. I was listening to Bo Burnham a lot the past few days. Anyway, should I like cover the screen right now? Cover it? Yeah, I'm scared. Okay, what is this? Maybe this can work. Risk it. No, shut up. How do I... There you go. Yeah, now you have 2 Virgils. Isn't that great? Look, 2 Virgils is better than Erosine, okay? Too many eyes? That's how I feel every day, don't worry. That's creepy na. See, you still have like the vibe of No Uta. No, it's... I'm not risking it. Shut up. I don't want to get permanently demonetized. That means I'm going to have to like die. Yeah, 2 Virgils better than Ero. Exactly. You have 2 fists, so it's only a logical Virgils. You want... I just know... Shut up! The remaining fragments of her memories seem to have joined together as she has regained some degree of speech. Upon realizing this last night, Sai began to teach her language once more. I assume she finds our pet's efforts amusing. But she stopped bragging about riches. It's more of like I found a character that's like tired, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna accept. I'm going to change my personality. Yeah, I'm gonna shift my personality now. Don't be mad. Yo, we'll try harder. There's no NSFW. Shut up, okay? The pressure from her administration threatens to impede my thoughts, and besides, my arousal has already vanished. At first, I consider making her stop. When I gaze into her puppy dog eyes, however, I begin to think differently. Thanks to Saya, I have a family once again. That's not how you treat family. That is not how you treat your dog. For the first time, I am becoming aware of the responsibility that places on it. I am now the head of a new Sakisaka household, as well as its only male member. It is my duty to protect, comfort, and ensure the happiness of the women living under my roof. Yeah. Y'all looks very happy. Why is the bird inserting himself into this? No, I'm not. What are you? Okay, I'm removing myself. There you go. With that in mind, I know that I mustn't show fear or confusion. That would only cause them distress.
続けろよ。
I'm putting it back now. Yes, master. I entrust myself to y'all's eager touch, basking in the pleasure with one part of my mind, while contemplating our current predicament with the other. It is clear that I made a grave error when I failed to finish Koji off 2 days ago. Is it? Dude, they're literally making him a comic villain right now. Like, oh yes, I'm so evil. Think about evil plans while I'm being sucked off. Ugh. Come on. Here you can see a live observation of a man too horny to live. Right now, I need to set my frustration and anger aside and deal with this problem logically. It's time to leave. I have no way of knowing when Koji escaped from the well, or how much he has learned, or how many people he has had contact with since then. Now that it's impossible to know how far the problem has spread, merely disposing of Koji won't guarantee our safety. But the enemy has poisoned your water supply. You can't take the risk that even one drop might remain. Your only choice is to stop drinking water.
ねえ、ふみのり、誰と話してたの？
Science is here. It should be fine now, right? If there's an actual evidence of all of you, it's the vigilante's fault, not me. You count as one. You count as one, Hala. You count as a vigilante. You're not different. Saya returns from the kitchen, where she'd gone in search of a midnight snack. She's munching on her favorite spare ribs. Purging myself of unease and impatience, I respond with a casual shrug. Now he can distinguish meat from meat.
ちょっと厄介なことになり
It's
そう
your
だ。
auntie. Well, he's trying to get my
コーチ
YouTube
のやつ
banned
が
for
生きて
some
て
reason.
さ。
He said Virgil was his Oshi. What? What did he fucking say that? I don't believe it. It looks like we have a little problem. That bastard Koji is still alive.
あらま。
Arama. By breaking the news suddenly without any trace of anxiety, I am able to avoid frightening Saya. Instead, she is was. Is that true? How was past tense? Is that true? Instead, she is merely surprised. I knew that remaining calm would work. Moreover, I'm currently being pleasured by you. It would be hard for anyone to get too serious under these circumstances.
なあさや、僕たちこの家を引き払った方がいいかもな。
So it might be best if you leave this house.
そうか。
So ka. Saya lowers her head. Saya lowers her eyes and strokes her chin thoughtfully.
まあ、どっちみち鈴見さんの一家が消えたのがバレれば、この近辺も騒がしくなってただろうし。遅かれ
This
早
is
かれ。
bound to. Okay, I
will.
will. Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking things. This is bound to happen sooner or later. Even without Koji, it's only a matter of time before someone reports the Suzumi family missing. How long has it been?
うん。
Yeah, Saya nods. I can tell that she's reluctant to leave, but at least there's no sadness in her expression. Everything will be fine. I will protect my life with Saya just as I have up until now. I have that power. Knowing that we've overcome one problem fills me with new confidence.
大丈夫。安心していいよ。
We can travel light and take the Suzumi family car. Jesus Christ, what the hell's wrong with them? Oh yeah, I got like this father to murder his entire family and then I murdered him and now I'm gonna use his car to elope with my daughter. I'd better withdraw everything that's left in my bank account and carry it as cash. I'll also need a weapon, something more reliable than a butcher's knife. Koji will most likely follow. He thinks that Yo can still be saved. However, I'm not abandoning this house just to run away. As long as Koji knows her location, we're stuck on the defensive. Leaving gives me the chance to regain the initiative and deal with him at a place of my choosing. The next time we meet, I'll kill him with my own 2 hands. I'll make sure to wring every last drop of life out of his body. Wow! The sexual tension here is insane. A shiver runs through me as I anticipate the battle ahead, and my bloodlust burns like orgasmic. Wait, I was joking! I was joking! I was joking! I was joking! What? Me when I'm about to go in a deathly battle with my homie. Ugh, I feel my rage pulsing like orgasmic fire. Oh my god. Isn't this what you wish for? It was a joke! It was a joke! When Miyoko looks up, the morning sun is already streaming in through the window. Tired from hours of poring over files, she removes her glasses and massages her aching eyes. Her dreams are always filled with horror. Oh my god, she saw me! Yet the night she just spent was more nightmarish than them all. And it's not over yet. She has only just set foot on the threshold. Is he going to battle with Yo still stuck on him? He's going to like fight Koji with a freaking axe and like Yo's sucking him off while he's doing it. As expected, the files left by Olga Masahiko were not the sort that Ryoko could simply pick up and read. Fortunately, Olga had been too old-fashioned to put his trust in electronic media. If he'd encrypted his files on a computer, she'd have had to find a hacker to decipher them. Wow! In fact, he had not employed any kind of code in his writing. That would have been too time-consuming by hand. The method of obfuscation he did use was quite simple. Of the files Ryoko pulled from his underground lab, the majority turned out to be notes and theses from Olga's days as a student. The important papers were the diaries and research notes that had been scattered throughout the piles of worthless scrap. At first, she was unable to understand the documents that she had found. Each sheet was covered with text on one side and blank on the other. Each line was completely unrelated to the next, making it impossible to glean any meaning from the whole. The trick revealed itself, however, while she was sorting the pages that made no sense. She found that each line continued on the same line of a different page. Wow! So that's how you can decipher. That's how you can, like, cipher messages in paper. I see. In Olga's diary, for example, the first day began on the first line, then continued not with the next line, but with the first line on the next page. Similarly, the second day was the second line, the third day was the third line, and so on and so forth. After filling all the lines on one set of pages, Olga had turned them out and scattered them among his other files. There was no regularity to how the pages were numbered, of course. Unable to locate any sort of key or legend, Ryoko had no choice but to figure out the page order manually. Despite knowing that the task would be exhausting, Ryoko set to it valiantly. After separating all of the loose leaf sheets from the jumbled files, she began the painstaking process of linking pages together according to the contents of their first line. She found that Olga had dismantled and scattered his diary each time he completed a number of days equal to the lines on one page, and had done the same with his research notes every 30 pages or so. A day in one straight line through all the pages, yeah. The diary was much easier to restore because the entries varied in length. Later pages had a larger number of blank lines. The page with only one line, therefore, was the last page of the diary, and those with the most blank spaces could be considered closer to the end. Okay. Ryoko's perseverance has paid off, for she has already succeeded in restoring several volumes of Olga's diary. As she reads them, she feels despair draining her spirit, as if it has so many times before. This cursed feeling of powerlessness that comes with knowing hidden truths. Those who have tasted it once shall be beaten down by it again and again until the day they die. All circuits are connected, after all. Once you have glimpsed even the tiniest fraction of the world's true face, you have no choice but to watch in horror as the veil rolls itself back inch by inch. All that remains is to wait for the day For the day when insanity will crush your reason under its ever-mounting weight. The motorcycle... No, it's from outside. You can hear it. You can hear the motorcycle. I have never... Kanye has interviews. I actually don't care about Kanye. I have succeeded in communicating with the organism. It shows enormous curiosity, and its intelligence is beyond doubt. See your research notes for confirmed vocal patterns and body language. This is actually how Gira makes his VTubers. Its appetite for knowledge is insatiable, and its learning speed is off the charts. However, it exhibits absolutely no desire to be recognized as an individual. Its ego appears to be quite weak, suggesting a psyche wholly unlike that of a human. The speed of the organism's linguistic development is astounding. When I laughed at its mispronunciation... Yeah, this is how he made the VTubers. When I laughed at its mispronunciations, it immediately picked up the concept of puns. Ever since, it has been employing its entire vocabulary in an attempt to find puns that will make me laugh. That's kind of cute. Perhaps, in a few days' time, it will have learned enough language for us to communicate freely. The organism's command of spoken language is now sufficient to facilitate higher-level discourse, but although it has regaled me with questions all day, it remains unable to answer any of mine. Mispronunciations, just like before. Shut up! You didn't hear anything. Its reply suggests that it's gained awareness only after materializing in this universe. It has no knowledge of where it came from. While I am disappointed, the fact that it has reached this level of intelligence only 1 week after starting to think tells me that there is no end what I can learn from it. Oh yeah, his hidden bionicle yaoi fanfiction. I don't know, every time I talk about fandoms with Gear, he always diverts it to like yaoi. I tried to talk about Madness Combat with him and he was like, oh yeah, Madness Deimos X Hank yaoi. And I'm like, what? I remember when I was trying to talk to him about Pokemon, I was like showing him my Annihilate, and then he was like, oh yeah, Annihilate yaoi. And I'm like, okay. Hypothesis is not a naturally occurring organism, but was created by an even more sophisticated sentient life form. This would explain why it has no ego yet possesses such a hunger for knowledge. It might be some sort of reconnaissance drone that was sent here from another world. I mean, if you like Xiaoyi, we aren't going to judge. You know who else likes Xiaoyi? ELAINE. It's his brand. That's how he gets more KoMETA fans. Remember the freaking Gira maid costume? Ryoko smiles humorlessly for the umpteenth time since she started reading. How wonderful it would be if she could just laugh the diary off as the delusions of a madman or the work of a science fiction author. Alas, she knows far too much. When she thinks back to the many horrors that Oge brought into her life, the words before her take on chilling credibility. For the next one less hardcore Envy, New Vegas, or VN. More maid girl would bring in so many songs. He's going to do like Playboy Bunny suit next or some shit. I have confirmed that the organism's brain power far surpasses any humans. This morning, I thought it about prime numbers. After explaining the Lucas-Lemmer test for Mersenne primes, it immediately began to list examples that it had calculated in its head. I was only able to confirm by memory up to number 10, M89, but it continued to list further examples without any trouble. I left it to its calculations, and when I returned a few hours later, I discovered that it had written down more than 70 of them. I'm gonna assume that's a really hard concept. Computers all over the world are currently working to calculate Mersenne primes, but the last one I remember being found was the 39th back in 2001. When I entered several of the results into my laptop and ran the Lucas-Lemmer test on them, I found that everyone was correct. The same is no doubt true of the rest. After all, the organism has never shown the pathological need for respect that would lead it to lie about its accomplishments. I see no reason to doubt its veracity. Primes to the power of 2 to 1? They're really rare at this point. Ah, I see! I get it now. This makes me wonder if Olga was seeing Saya as a girl or her true form back then. Olga, I'm pretty sure he sees Saya as what she really is. I think Olga is really messed up in the head to like think otherwise. Hi, Rad! If I could reveal to the world an expedient method for discovering mercenary primes, Moeblob, literally, the prize money would make me a billionaire. Of course, my current research is worth far more than any sum of money. I must keep it a secret. May sayad, gago, tangina mo. Nakakatawa ka niyan. Tawa ko 3 times. The organism's computational speed exceeds that of even the most powerful supercomputers. I can only conclude that its cognitive faculties are beyond anything humanity can imagine. At the organism's request, we have begun a new field of study. Despite its immeasurable aptitude for mathematics, it now desires to concentrate on sociology and the natural sciences. Perhaps our math problems are simply too elementary for it. He sees her as money. It has shown especially keen interest in the means by which organisms reproduce and multiply. Wow! I think the Eldritch Horror I summoned is maybe horny. As it possesses nothing that could be called emotion, I hesitate to use this description. But when it learns about DNA, it seems somehow excited. Let's try make it 4. Ha 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 ha. Ayan. In fact, the organism itself seems surprised by its reaction. Superhuman intelligence but still gets jumped by the artist guy. It expresses no emotions. Okay, why did she feel despair then? He was a high. When asked about the nature of the impulse, the organism decided to label it instinct. If this description is indeed accurate, then this is an extremely significant development. It would mean that there is a deeper level to its psyche than just the knowledge it has acquired since coming to this world. If I can use this discovery to trace its roots, I might be able to learn what it truly is. Note, candidates for the plane and world of the organism's origin are discussed in my writings on Silver Key, filed separately. I spent the whole day carrying books into its room. Oh right, I forgot that Saya has to drink semen. That she gains more knowledge or some shit, I don't know. Olga experiments is such a bad move or idea that he puts on and realizes his mistake cannot go back from what he done to them. Eldritch beings, do not mess with Eldritch beings in the Olga way and in the Fuminori way. Tell me what a Shoggoth is. Remind me. Virtually hungry, swallowing some syllables. No, I have a speech impediment. Apparently, the organism is no longer satisfied by the knowledge I am about to impart. It should come as no surprise. How do I turn off freaking Steam notifications? Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? It should come as no surprise considering its linguistic prowess, but the speed at which it consumes text is astounding. Oh no, I didn't see it. Okay. Charlotte is a sentient blob of self-shaping. Oh yeah, probably. Probably a Shoggoth. I'm not sure. She's probably not shape-shifting though. I don't think she's shape-shifting. The diary continues for some time, chronicling. But yeah, if, my notifs and Steam are open, that's literally an indication of when my VTuber friends are streaming right now. Do we see what she actually looks like? Who knows? I keep reading to find out. The diary continues for some time, chronicling the intimate relationship between Olga and the organism. In the back of her mind, Ryoko imagines the old doctor climbing down the well in the middle of the night to hold congress with some inhuman creature in that bizarre laboratory. The same settings I see. The image is disturbingly similar to the nightmares that have shattered the silence of many nights with her screams. What follows, however, makes even her worst nightmare pale in comparison. I need to blow my nose. Give me a minute. The organisms have... Wait, I'm back. The organism has made a very strange request. This is the first time it has asked me for anything other than food and reading materials. I can hardly believe it, but I want to consume the... Is it really instinctive? I don't think other animals actually try to drink sperm. Now that it wants semen. I get it, okay? I get it. You say semen. You know there's actually a song about semen. Like, oh, there's semen in the ceiling, there's semen on the bed. But it was actually like Navy people. I forget what it's called. But it's something semen, like literally S-E-A-M-E-N. Now that it has declared itself a life form that requires seed of males, it has begun to identify itself as female. After today, I suppose I shall have to start calling the organism a she. It's a personality that she has begun to exhibit really just an imitation created for amusement. Ever since she started to immerse herself in her literature, she's been acting astonishingly human. She identifies herself as female and already possesses an enormous store of cultural knowledge. Is she trying to create a human identity for herself based on these? I have seen her laugh, grow angry, and today she cried. Is she just copying our emotional displays? If not, then she is already... Is this soul something that any intelligent life form can acquire? I feel that I am witnessing something more mysterious than the genesis of life itself. Today is her birthday. Although it is a year late, I want to give her a special gift. Saya was the name of my mother's cat in childhood. She was my sole friend and my beloved. I decided long ago... What do you mean, beloved? I decided long ago that if I were ever blessed with children, I would give this name to my daughter. Okay, so what happened to Saya, huh? Did you kill it? Happy birthday, Saya. Let this be the name of your soul. You have earned it. The ability that Saya has discovered in herself is showing more extraordinary results each day. I have no doubt that she is a kind of artist. What exactly is it that she created her body from the rat? At this point, I can only surmise that she's a rat man. At this point, I can only surmise that it is a type of retrovirus, a reverse transcriptase enzyme that creates exactly what she desires. The rats that have been transformed by her art are so very beautiful now. The many enzymes secreted by her body and the various appendages she uses are discussed in detail in my biological observations. Filed separately, here I will say this. She's a rat. She looks like a rat. No, I mean, she doesn't look like a rat. She was only inseminated by a rat. I don't want to know how you got those either. Here I will say this. By witnessing Saya perform her operations on several rats, I have gained much confidence in my theory that her body is designed specifically to manipulate the biology of other organisms. You know, the weird thing is I actually had a dream about owning a pet rat earlier. Ryoko looks grimly at the still unsorted mountain of research notes. When she finally manages to separate this paper, she will probably find the many other files mentioned in the diary. It's an actual rat. Always biological observations. Oh, you know what I want as a pet though? A bear, a lion, and a snake aside. I I want an isopod as a pet, like a sea isopod. Olga is biological observations at the very least. She wants to look through those before facing the thing called Saya. Under no circumstances does she want to go into the battle unprepared. She looks at her watch and sees that it's already 7 in the morning. No panda. I think Miria wants a panda. Assuming Tono Koji made no stops, he should be arriving in Tokyo about now. Now that it's too late, she wishes she'd stop that stubborn fool from leaving, even if she had to shoot him in the leg to do it. Koji, I actually have children. They're rats. Oh wait, no, not Koji. Fuminori, I actually have children. They're rats. Aren't pandas actually dangerous when big? Yeah, I think so. I think that's the case with a lot of bears. Koji pulls up 2 blocks away from the Sakisaka house and stares at the silent building. In the bright light of morning, the house seems shrouded in a dark miasma, like a black hole turned out of the landscape. Is it just a figment of Koji's imagination? Every window is closed and offering no glimpse of the inside. Koji has no way of knowing whether Fuminori is home. A pedestrian walks his dog down the street, glancing back at Koji through the windshield after he passes by. Koji isn't surprised by the attention. He hasn't bathed or changed clothes since spending the night buried in mud, so he must look like a vagrant even inside his car. There was a point in my time where I thought hobos. Okay, I'm not continuing with that. When he looks into the rear view mirror, he sees the haggard visage of a man with 1 foot in the grave staring back at him. It's hard to believe that the tired, unshaven face is... Oh my god. Unshaven face is really his. If he stays here for too long, someone might report him to the police. He'd better pull himself together and get moving. Continue, proceed. No, it's not offensive. Like, See, I don't have to freaking explain it. Some of you guys already know, right? So what's the point in asking me? If it's shut up! No, not... I mean, you've seen some hobos in the internet, right? They look cool, right? They look hot. There you go. Right? Oh, look, it's not that weird, right? There's a lot of guys in anime that look like hobos, and then people are like, oh, she's so hot, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. I've seen one cool hobo. There's like this hobo in Pampanga that always wears like military outfits. I don't know. No, it's not Battle Habas! I'm talking about the older ones. Thank you. Thank you, Commissar Sana. No, I'm not like you guys. Thank you, Commissar Sana, for gifting 10 memberships. I feel dirty. I feel dirty. Yeah. If he stays here for too long, someone might report him to the police. He better pull himself together and get moving. He drives slowly up to the front of Fuminori's house, quickly checks to make sure no one is around, and gets out of the car. Anyone who might be in the house probably heard the sound of the engine, but there's no point in worrying about that now. See, I'm a nice person. I do not discriminate. I think hobos are hot, right? I do not discriminate, okay? Okay? Koji walks swiftly through the gate and yard to the front door. He puts his hand on the doorknob, foregoing the bell. The time for such pleasantries has passed. Weird flies. No, I'm showing how nice I am. The door is unlocked and the knob turns easily in his hand. He puts his ear to the door and listens for any sign of life. If he's acting like a thief, he realizes with some shame, but that is the least of his worries now. Sell your house for the commander. Do it! No sound from within. After checking the street again to make sure no one is looking, he quickly opens the door and disappears inside. Yeah, I don't hear of female hobos too, but like they're probably, yeah. An indescribable stink immediately assaults his nostrils. He is already prepared for anything, however, so rather than discourage him, the stench only sharpens his caution to a razor's edge. He has crossed this threshold many times in the past, and his memories of days spent here are still bright. So why? Why does he feel the same ominous, blood-chilling aura that permeated Oge's home and cabin? Oh my god, finally I have something to feel good about being jobless. Anger and sorrow seize Koji's heart as though a dear friend's grave has been defiled. My cousin actually spent some time being homeless now, she's always been a cool type. Oh my god, see, hobos are cool. Koji doesn't remove his shoes before entering. He knows why he's here, and it's not to be polite. Every storm shadow is closed, filling the house with gloom, and he can see nothing but pitch black darkness through the open doors in the hallway. He should have brought his flashlight from the car, he thinks ruefully. Then remembers that he dropped the light when Fuminori attacked him. It's still lying in the backyard of the cabin Tochi. The house might be empty, then again it might not. I don't know anything about Brazil. Is it worse than the Philippines? I just know it's bad. Because I have like Brazilian friends, but I don't know if it's as bad as the Philippines. Each particle of the air seems charged with silent menace. Is his enemy lurking somewhere in the darkness? It's not hard to imagine Fuminori waiting for a chance to take him by surprise and finish what the well failed to. Koji walks down the first hallway, then climbs the stairs and checks the second floor too. He moves slowly and carefully, keeping his senses sharp, but feels nothing watching him from the shadows. After completing his round safely, he is convinced that the house is empty. He suddenly realizes that his right hand is touching the cold steel. Every time I read right hand, I always expect something else. It's touching the cold steel of the gun in his pocket. Did he intend to draw the weapon upon encountering Fuminori? Now that Koji thinks about it, his own actions seem mysterious to him. What is he planning to do when he meets Fuminori? Will he lay into him with curses and epithets? Will he force him to turn himself in? Or will he... Koji shakes his head. There isn't the time for such hopeless questions. If he keeps thinking, he'll stop moving. If he stops moving, fear will paralyze him forever. His only choice is to keep marching on. He has to close the distance to his prey. Kapag kanan ay nangawit, kaliwa ang kapalit. In any case, Fuminori isn't home. What form their reunion takes will probably be decided at the moment of their meeting. All Koji has to do is not hesitate when the time comes. If he keeps thinking, he might realize he should call the cops. I actually don't know how the next part goes. I remember what happens in the next part, but I forgot like the specific details. So I'm really hoping that it's gonna go like he's thinking about calling the cops right now. He might call the cops right now. Still, why does the whole house smell like stagnant water? No, it's not NSFW. I mean, it is, but like not in like the kind of way. It's been 3 months since Fuminori distanced himself from his friends. Just what kind of life has he been leading all this time? I'm gonna go eat. I don't care, I'm eating. Not the extra fun NSFW. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Koji enters the living room and feels along the wall for the light switch. The moment he flips it on, the answers to his question is revealed. You haven't yet? I have. I just want to eat chips right now. How far has Fuminori gone? Koji realizes that this is the first time he has encountered Fuminori's insanity in invisible form. From the dust piles in the corner. Yeah, that's gross. Where the hell did you get that idea? From the dust pile in the corners of the room, it's clear that the paint was not applied recently. This is not what my room looks like. Before you guys say it, my walls are white. And I live in a silly little bed with silly little walls, with a silly little jacket. How many nights is Hominori spent surrounded by this maddening array of color? Why, if such obvious signs were available, why didn't Koji realize that something was wrong before it got this bad? Yeah, first room would have trash bags. It's gone! I don't have trash bags anymore, okay? Was he deaf to the dying screams of Fuminori's sanity? Was their friendship really so worthless? As he stands petrified in the unfamiliar living room, Koji directs his anger entirely at himself. If he could, he would like nothing more than to apologize to Fuminori for failing to help him through his suffering. Koji feels that he might have been able to save his friend. Perhaps he is arrogant to think so. But if so, is arrogance born of kindness? Koji passes through the living room and opens a sliding door that leads to the kitchen. When he enters, he finds the most disturbing of the house's many stenches is strongest here. Blood. The room is redolent with the smell of countless layers of blood grown stale over time. He peers into the well-used sink. Around the room, he sees faint brownish-red blotches that water alone couldn't rinse off. Even more obvious are the stains on the dish rag. Such stains are proof that the rag has been used and reused countless of times. But what could it have been used on to make it that sickening burgundy color? Koji stares at the refrigerator next to the counter as though it were a monster waiting to swallow him whole. He stands motionless until he is able to work up the courage simply to touch it. Then he stills himself, grabs a thick handle, and opens the door. Hannibal Lecter's kitchen would look way better, honestly. Okay? He is a proper businessman. He will not be this sleazy. There's a sleazy businessman, there's a square one. Then he stills himself, grabs the thick handle, and opens the door. First he'll check the freezer, then the refrigerator. The freezer is packed with frozen meat of varying shapes and size. As each piece is wrapped tightly and frosted over plastic, you can't tell what kind of meat it is. The meat in the refrigerator, however, has already been thawed for consumption. For a while, a hand! You can only stare in disbelief at the 5 fingers beckoning to him from the back of the compartment. They are the long slender fingers of a woman. They're bluish thin, giving them the appearance of waxworks. Wow, that's sad. You can put the ring on it now, though. Koji is unable to remember what Omi's hands look like, even though he has kissed her fingers countless of times. When he finished crying after his conversation from Minori, Koji promised himself that he would not cry again, and in fact, he does not. No, it's Omi's hand, not yours. He regrets his decision, however. He indulged himself too early. He should have saved his soothing tears for this moment. For now, he knows that truly nothing is sacred. At last, his doubts about Fuminori have been utterly obliterated. Koji pulls Olga's revolver out of his pocket and wraps his hands around its grip like he would a charm. Sorry, wait, I'm getting hungry. Give me like 5 minutes. I like the OST too, yeah. Its definite presence, its promise of merciful annihilation, is the only thing keeping his sanity intact. May tissue ka dyan? Yeah, I have. He'll surely use it to kill Sakisaka Fuminori. Not for revenge. Not for justice, but to make this world once more a place governed by reason. For that purpose alone, he must eliminate the anomaly. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Double severed hands and fingers. Really right in front of my chips. What? That's my daily snack. Thank you, Urabocher, for showing us great guru once again. What taste of chips are you eating? I don't know. It's red. It's like cheesy, the red one. He breathes deep exhales. He breathes deep exhales, then lifts his hand before his face and stares at his spread fingers. Spicy, yes, spicy! Alright, he's not shaking. He is prepared to face his new objective. Honey sticks the revolver back into his pocket and pulls out his phone. We're calling Ryoga first. Let's call Ryoga first, okay? How do I save? I forgot how to save. Oh, here you go. Doesn't eating chips make you more hungry? No, it makes you feel full sometimes. You're the little cops option. Exactly! Cops don't exist! What evidence do you have, Koji? Here, right here. I have evidence right now. I can literally call the cops. The ringing on her cell phone interrupts Ryoko's labors. When she sees that the caller is Tono Koji. No, the cops won't work. Not in Urabocher world. Unless it's Cycle Pass, I guess, whatever.
Tambo da. どうした?
みのりの家を調べました。
Even over the phone, Ryoka can hear the change in Koji's tone. This is the dull, flat voice of someone who has had all the energy beaten out of him.
みのりは人を殺してます。もう何人かもわからないほど大勢を殺して。
His first steps into Ryoka's world have already brought him face to face with something particularly gruesome. In consideration of his probable state of mind, she decides to say nothing. Yeah, that's what she's been telling you. I'll do the summoning ritual to bring the MTF here.
君は生きているうちにこの電話をかけてきたんだから、まだ致命的な間違いを犯したわけじゃない。
Ryoga says, praising Koji in her own way. Whether he is comforted or not is up to him.
ともかく、もう今度こそ間違うな。私が戻るまで動くんじゃない。君が相手にしているやつは一筋縄じゃいかない相手だ。
俺が生きてることを知ってます。誰に助けられたかまでは教えてませんが。
そうか。
Koji's actions are rash, but there's no point regretting them now. The more proactive approach would be to use the pressure that he's placed on Fuminori. Ryoko's involvement is still a secret that could make her a wild card. Depending on how she plays it, this advantage could be decisive.
先生の方は何か手がかりがつかめましたか？
まだ十分な量とは言えない。
Ryoga answers, glancing sidelong at the loose leaf pages still scattered across the table.
そうだね。夜までには目処をつけて、夜半には東京に戻ろう。それまで君は余計なことをせず、おとなしくしている。
はいはい。
いいね。
はい。
Oh. Called it. The lack of emotion in Koji's voice is actually reassuring to Ryoko. He's a machine now, able to do whatever it takes to accomplish a single goal, the extermination of Sakisako Fuminori. Poor Koji getting used like that. No, he's not getting used. Cause Tanbo did tell him to just leave, never come back, forget everything happened, but he wanted to stay. He wanted to stay. He wanted to find out. So like, Tanbo's like, alright, suit yourself. He's not getting used. Tanbo's not using him. After Yoko hangs up, she gloomily counts the stacks of loose leaf that still needs to be restored. There's no time left. She'll only be able to get the general picture. If she has to go into battle with only fragmentary knowledge, then there's only one thing that she absolutely must decipher: Olga's biological reports, which should contain information on the strengths and weaknesses of the organism called Saya. All she can do now is pray for luck as she dives back into the mountains of paper. My favorite CG ever. Today was the first time I've driven since my accident last summer. Oh my god, now he's Ryan Gosling. Their proposition was always so dangerous to consider, given my inability to recognize roads and cars. Things have changed, however. In the 3 months, I've had to adapt to my condition. I know what cars and pedestrians look like now, and even though I can't exactly see colors, I've learned to decipher lights and turn signals. I still can't read street signs, of course. Nevertheless, I managed to make it safely to our destination with Saya and Yo in the backseat. Me asking my cab driver for an autograph because it's Ryan Gosling. Oh my god. Yeah, that's literally what I do all the time. Every time I meet Grab-kun, I'm like, can I have your autograph? It was Saya who came up with the idea for a new hideout. An abandoned building she discovered while living with Dr. Olai. Dude, imagine if he went to a stop and then like the person in the car next to him looks at his backseat and sees like 2 eldritch horrors and he starts going insane. Sign my boobs. Oh my god, I didn't bring paper. Sign my boobs. She's probably butt naked right now. In these hilly suburban residential areas, it's not hard to find thick patches of undeveloped forest just off the beaten path. Saya's old playground is located in one such secluded area, unaffected by the flow of everyday life. It used to be a privately operated sanatorium hidden among the silent trees. After the owners went bankrupt, it remained unsold and was eventually forgotten. After I left Saya and Yo at the hideout, I returned to the town to make some preparations. Now I'm feeling back at our new refuge. No, it's from me, I'm eating. I liked this ruin from the moment I saw it. Mountains of construction materials and garbage in the front yard, forming a serviceable barricade. The place looks even less likely to receive unwanted attention than our house. Where are you right now? We're at a hideout, a refuge. I cannot help but root for Saya because she's a cute punchable lolly. I think that's how a lot of people feel. Since my brain sees humans as revolting monsters, places they've been tend to stink or seem covered in filthy slime, ruins like these, long empty of life, are the places I find most restful.
Tadaima.
I called out to let them know I'm not a stranger. Then I go down to the basement where they're hiding.
おかえりなさい。車平気だった？
もう全然問題ない。一方通行の標識もどういうのか分かったし、スピードさえ出さなければどこを走っても大丈夫だよ。で、
一通り調べたけど、やっぱりあれからずっと人が来た様子はないみたい。ここは安全だよ。
There's gonna be a random hole at that corner.
そうか。ならいいんだけど。
Oh my god, he says it. I'm a little worried that this abandoned building could become a hangout for biker gangs or homeless people.
多分表に積み上げてあるゴミのせい。あれ普通の人間にはちょっと耐えられないんじゃないかな。
It doesn't bother me at all. I rather like it in fact. But of course, normal people would feel differently.
で、ふみのりの買い物はいいの見つかった？
Oh my god, I like this part.
もちろん。
Ah, so cool! I probably unwrapped the weapon I just bought from a camping goods store. A 1 meter long wood axe, the biggest and sturdiest I could find.
刃渡り15センチ以上のナイフは銃刀法違反だなって張り紙してあるのに、その隣でこんなもの売ってるんだよ。お笑いだよね。
And I like how the axe is also covered in eldritch shit because you know, it's also a normal thing. Yeah, he sees it like that. I grip the axe with both hands, testing its dependable weight, then swing it like a baseball bat. The deadly steel blade sweeps through the air right where a person's neck would be. Yo, who sprawled out on the floor, flinches at the sound, curls herself into a ball.
切れ味とか
Edgy.
どう？用で試してみ
Let's
た
go!
ら？
いや、それはちょっと。
I definitely wasn't expecting Sai to suggest anything so brutal.
心配いらないよ。今のような体だったら刃物とかの傷
It's
は
crazy, I
割
like
と
it.
簡単に治っちゃうから。
いや、それにしたって痛いだろ。
そっか。うん、そうだね。
It must have slipped her mind completely. She smiles at the oblivious Yo as if to hide her embarrassment, then says,
でもさ、痛くされた時のようの声って
Wow, she's so
それ
you!
はそれで可愛いよね。
Oh, Virgil, I like your screams. Hehe. Fuck you.
いや、
24 times!
人間に斧で切りかかるってのは気が引けるよ。
She's not human.
そうなの？じゃあ、コウジさんは？
可愛いよね。
そりゃだって。
He doesn't look human. It should be obvious, but I guess that Saya still doesn't understand.
やつは僕には人間に見えないから、切ろうが潰そうが平気なもんさ。
そんなに違うんだ。
そうさ。人間には良心があるからね。
I just realized, but Saya's hairline is really... it's really high, isn't it? Oh shit, wait, my internet. Okay, I should be fine now.
どんなに憎い人間だろうと、人を殺すと思うとブレーキがかかるもんだ。
It's a wait, no, I just noticed it now, okay? Like her hairline, girl, like her hairline. If you remove her bangs, she's bald. Like yours, no, it's not. Fuck you. Well, I'm removing my hat. Fuck you. Wait, no, wrong. Wait, no, wait. There. See, mine looks fine. Okay, my hairline is normal. There you go. She's balding. She's freaking balding. Yeah, humans have a conscience, you see. No matter how much you hate someone, you can't help but think twice about killing them, and that's how I'll win.
本当に？
Look, her hairline is reaching the top of her head. Look at mine. Fine. Look at mine. See? But it's still thing. It's my bangs, bitch. Saya seems awfully subdued. I guess she's concerned about what will happen when they have it out with Koji.
体格じゃあいつが上だし、普通に喧嘩したんじゃ勝ち目は薄いかもしれないけどね。
He has a gun too.
でも、僕にとっての化け物退治が、あいつにとっては人殺しなんだ。こいつは大きいよ。あいつはきっと最後の瞬間で隙を見せる。
なんだか不安なんだよね。
Don't bring an axe to a
そういう
gunfight.
心理戦っていうの確実じゃないっていうか。
She raises her head and looks straight at me.
ねえ、やっぱり私が買った方が良くない？
I appreciate Saya's consideration, even though it could be interpreted as a lack of faith in me. She's still putting my safety above hers. Nevertheless, I can't accept her heartfelt suggestion.
サヤの腕力だとさ、ヨウみたいな女の子なら楽にねじ
Can
伏
you
せられ
remember
る
what
だろ
happened
う
to
け
the artist guy, Saya?
ど、男を相手には厳しいと思うんだ。
Oh, I can't say that. The bitter memory of Saya's grape is still fresh in my mind. Saya falls silent for a moment, but seeming to understand what I'm thinking. But then comes right back to stubbornly press her case.
でもね、あのおじさんも
He might bang her
最初
not
の
with a
不意打ち
gun.
はうまくいったの。大抵の人間はね、サヤを見たら力が抜けて
Attic
動けな
rap
くなっち
battles.
ゃうんだよ。
Saya versus artist guy.
病院だってそうだった。平気で話しかけてきたのって文則だけだよ。
ま
The other grape seeds stuck in her
それも
teeth
一
was
理
a
あるかも
tragedy.
な。
That never happened to me actually. I only had like popcorn kernels, and those were hell, honestly. I can't imagine it personally, but I suppose it's possible that Saya's appearance is shocking enough to make someone lose their nerve. Suzomi was able to gain the advantage because he had the same condition as me, which let him see Saya as a cute girl. Fear doesn't necessarily make people weaker, however. Depending on the situation, it can even send someone in a berserk rage and make them harder to put down. In other words, such a tactic would be the same sort of gamble that Saya is worried
あ、
about.
じゃあさ、サヤ、こういうのはどうだろうか。
When I tell Saya the new plan that just popped into my head, her gloomy frown turns into a bright smile.
それめえやん。文則って頭いい。
何もそこまで。
It's not exactly a great plan. I wonder if Sai can actually turn people into houses. But I guess the fact that it lessens the risk to me is enough to excite her. She's so easy to please, but that's part of what makes her so cute.
で、いつ
Masaya!
頃来るの？コウジさん。
わからない。いずれ奴の方から電話があるだろう。そしたらここに誘い出して仕留める。
I know, he'll call sooner or later, and then I'll lure him here and finish him. Koji will come. I don't know I know that he won't leave us alone. We could just keep running now that we've started, but I want to eliminate Koji as soon as possible. Therefore, when he contacts me, I intend to meet with him unless it's an obvious trap.
せっかく人間一人分の肉が仕入れられるのに、ここだと腐らせちゃうね。冷蔵庫ないし。
他の動物を誘う餌にできないか？野良猫とかカラスをおびき寄せてさ。
それ危ないよ。万が一取り逃した時、よそに持っていかれて種に見つかったら大騒ぎ
animal
にな
meat
るよ。
tastes like shit to him, right?
そっか。それもそうだ。
Humans are extremely dangerous, and their filthy, stinking bodies make me sick just by being nearby. He really does sound like a monster now. Ironically, however, nothing tastes better than their meat. I truly regret having to abandon our well-stocked fridge.
まあ、この辺だと森にもいろいろと住んでるから、そんなに食事には困らないんじゃないかな。
3人分だよ。大丈夫かい？
任せて。これでもさや、狩りは得意なんだから。頑張っていっぱい捕まえてくるよ。
そうか。じゃあ、今日からはサヤが一家の大黒柱だな。
Oh my god, go girl.
へへ。
Hehe. Saya giggles happily at my face. I find these childish qualities of her adorable. I'm just gonna wash my hand and then drink water. Be right back. Okay, I am once again back. If I had these childish qualities of hers adorable or real. I find these childish qualities of hers adorable or real. I misread that. I thought you were saying if you had childish qualities like Saya, then you'd be adorable too, and I was going to like fight you for that. For me, it's a collarbone. Oh my god, I love collarbones. I actually really like collarbones. It was something I had ever since I was a child. Like, I think collarbones look nice. Right? It just stuck to me. I like doing collarbones. I don't know, it's weird. I find these childish qualities of hers quite adorable.
今度はどのぐらいのんびりできるかな
Because of the casual way she says it, I almost miss the emptiness to which her question leads.
どのぐらいかな
Shoulders are fine. I know people that are into shoulders. Saya's right, this won't last forever. No matter how safe this hideout might seem, we will have to abandon it eventually. The slightest mistake could put our life together in jeopardy. Just like when I feel this silence koji. Some dumb kids might decide that this old ruin is a good place to test their courage, or this land might be targeted for new development. In order to be together with Saya, I have chosen to live apart from society. We will never find lasting peace in this world teeming with humans, not unless we can somehow escape from it.
長い旅だと思えばいいさ
Think of it like going on a journey, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Aren't there some Filipinos that when they get the green card from an American person, they're like, they do not acknowledge themselves as Filipinos. They're like, no, I'm American. No, I have the green card. I'm American. That's how it feels like. This is how this visual novel feels like. I pull Saya into my arms and fold my hands around her slender shoulders, then whisper.
どうせ人生なんて旅みたいなものなんだ永遠に変わらない場所なんてない時の流れを見送るか自分自身が流れていくかそれだけの違いだよ
そうだよね
Saya smiles softly, perhaps in resignation, perhaps in sadness. Either way, there is peace and contentment in her expression.
それでも一人ぼっちじゃないしだからさやは寂しくなんかないよ
Marriage into green card into divorce, name a more iconic couple.
そうだよね
Oh yeah, people actually do that, right? Like they actually like marry Americans just to divorce them right after, just so they can they can have the green card, right? Messed up. I'm glad I was just born in the States, so I have the green card by default. But we'll be together, so I'm not lonely. You're not lonely either, are you?
あ
I have no regrets. As long as I can hold Saya in my arms, I will gladly pay any price.
それにね
She adds brightly, trying to cheer me up. Which one was your friend? The one that got divorced or the one that divorced the guy with the green card?
いつかは私たちが人目を忍んで暮らさなくてもよくなる日がきっと来るよそれは約束してあげるから
So you will be careful of divorce. Oh my god, it's so true. Maybe I'm just gonna freaking... I'll play it safe, god damn it. I'm never telling anyone. Yeah, I actually have the green card. Hello, Virgil. Nice to meet you. Hi. You get played. She also got custody. What the hell? You have a crazy friendship life. But I have no friends that went through that. She adds brightly, trying to cheer me up. One day, we won't have to hide anymore. I can promise you that. It sounds like a fairy tale, but for some reason, she seems absolutely certain.
それは明日かもしれないしずっと先のことかもしれないいつ印が来るのか私にもわからないのほんのちょっぴり怖いんだけどね
I have no idea what Saya's prophetic words mean, but this isn't the first time that she's said or done anything mysterious. She's performed any number of miracles already.
僕らにも希望があるのか
Oh, yeah, so does he pay child support? So there's hope for us too? They're literally eloping, by the way. Yeah, she says with a cheerful nod.
きっとそれがさやが
I
文
mean,
則に
you know,
送ってあ
it
げられる
seems like a wholesome
最後
scene
のプレゼント
until you remember there's like a freaking dying naked woman near them.
最初で最後の務め
It's depressingly common in the Philippines, especially in marginalized sectors. What the I got a green card. I'm divorcing now. Yeah, he's kind of just used to the suffering and just enjoys the time he does get with his. That's sad. What the hell? I have no friends that went through that. Like, I mean, I have friends that are like 30 years old, right? 35, 30. Like, I have a few friends that are around that age. But nobody went through something like that. I imagine a cute doodle scene and Yo is just freaking out like a child. Remember when they were like, Fulinori, don't leave me. And then like, the artist guy was just dying on the ground. Oh yeah, very wholesome scene until you remember that there's like an artist guy dying on the ground. Is it like a naked woman not attached to the man at the moment? This is somewhat important information. Oh, she had a crush on the guy and then the guy, Saya and him kind of messed her up, so now she's just scared. It'll be my last present to you, Fuminori, my first and final duty. Oh, this scene. The hands of his watch move with agonizing slowness, as though counting down to the end of the world. In the hours since contacting Ryoko, Koji went back to his apartment, showered, changed clothes, and even had his first full meal in days. He wanted to take a nap, knowing that he needed the rest. But no matter how hard he tried, sleep never came. Forcing himself to relax only made his nerves colder and sharper. Oh, I forgot the CG was a thing. Oh, he meant literally attached. I forgot we were talking about... I don't know, she's probably still bored. I have no idea, bro. This couple is insane. I can't even comprehend. With nothing else to do, he decides to wander the city until nightfall. Papa Sonic. Downtown Tokyo is buzzing, surrounded by smiling pedestrians, bright lights, and windows decorated early for Christmas. He feels as if all of the happiness in the world has been gathered in this very place. Have you guys ever had that feeling where like your life is going to complete hell? So whenever you see people like enjoying their lives, it feels so artificial. I thought I wouldn't, like, I read that so much in the visual novels, right? And then I'm like, oh, that's so edgy. Until you actually feel it. Like, this does not feel real. People being happy does not feel real. Joker moment. It feels denpa. It feels denpa, for real. All the time? Well, all the time sounds pretty bad. That only happened once in my life. Koji takes it all in, burning it into his memory like it's the last thing he'll ever see. Is the world so beautiful because of the horrors that lurk in its shadows? The glow of the city can no longer warm him. Perhaps that is why it seems so precious. Koji watches the city for hours. It feels unreachably distant, like reading the obituary of someone you loved long ago. His phone rings at 8 p.m. It's Ryoko. Their conversation is short. She hangs up as soon as they decide where to meet, and so ends Tono Koji's final night of peace. Oh, I remember this scene being quite long. I don't know, I'm probably wrong. But every time I remember Saya no Uta, I remember this scene being a bit long. Ryoko arrives at the diner at 1 a.m., 1 hour later than agreed upon. Damn, she's those kinds of people. I hate those kinds of people. Hey, let's meet at 1 a.m. And then like they go there like 3 a.m. Like, bro, I'm already asleep. She has a heavy-looking duffel bag under her arm. Koji doesn't feel like asking what the bulges represent.
すまんね。いろいろと準備に手間取った。
Yeah, exactly. You have to freaking lie to them and say, yeah, we're meeting at 12. So that they could actually like go at like 1 when the actual meeting time is. Sorry, I had a lot to get together. I really like Tanbo's sprites. Ryoko doesn't sound at all apologetic, but Koji decides to just nod. Only a few tables are filled at this hour, like lonely islands in the midst of the vast restaurant. After sending the blurry-eyed waitress away with an order for 2 coffees, Koji and Ryoko are left all alone in a corner of the dining area.
で、調べ物は終わりましたか?
So did you find what we were looking for? Koji asked bluntly, while sipping dutifully from his third cup of watery tasteless coffee. Did you get an Americano?
待たせただけの甲斐はあると思いたいね。 何分確証を得るまでには至ってないんだが。
文則も相当じれてると思います。こちらから連絡すると言ったきり、丸1日放
As
置し
long
て
as
ます
it's
からね。
within 24 hours of the agreed time, it's fine. Is that what it's like to actually be an adult? Excusing someone for being late like 5 hours? I would rather like shoot. I'm not continuing that sentence.
そんなにも彼は
I said a lot of
君と
violent
の接
things
触を
this
意識し
stream.
てるのか？
Do you really think you have him on edge?
サヤっていう名前には露骨なほど反応してました。
In the silence that follows, Koji tries to soothe his parched throat with another mouthful of sweet coffee.
そうか。やはりサヤなのか。
It's obvious it is the song of Saya. It's obvious that her grimace isn't for the coffee.
今ならタンボ
Is the
先生
coffee
は
really that bad? Why do they keep
もう答えを知ってるんです。
commenting the freaking coffee?
サヤという
You
の
know,
は
don't
何
you?
なのか。
Boss gets late for 3 hours and it's fine. Employee, go tell me, tell me about it, bro. I'm going. Yeah. You know, don't you? Koji asks, his tone almost confrontational. You know what this Saya is. I get late for 1 hour. I'm going to get freaking strangled. My boss gets late for 2 hours. It's fine. Ryoko tries to ignore Koji's question by nursing her coffee, but that only works until the cup is empty. Staring at the brown stain at the bottom of her cup, Ryoko says, her voice hard and flat.
君は私の忠告を無視した愚か者なわけ
See,
だ
I
な。
told you guys, she wasn't even using him. She was like, you should probably just leave this town, forget everything. Everyone you know dead. She wasn't using him at all.
もう一度だけ証拠りもなく言わせてほしい。殿くん、
Pawahara,
君は手を
Pawahara
引いて
moment.
全て
I
を忘れる
fucking...
べきだ。
証拠りもないですね。
You really are stubborn. Koji replies, smiling bitterly instead of glaring at her like he did before.
俺がまだ先生や文則とは境界線を挟んだ反対側にいるとでも？
君はまだ一番致命的なものまでは見ていない。君にとってこの事件は無二の親友がいきなり正気を失ってに目覚めたっていう。
I mean, that's
た
pretty
だ
bad
それだけ
already.
の内容なんだろ。
Yeah. I was the one that approved that message. I was the one that approved that message. Yeah, I did it. I did it. As far as you're concerned, Ryoko continues with a disparaging smirk. Your best friend in the world suddenly went crazy and became a cannibal. That's all this thing is to you, isn't it? I did. I approved the message. It was under message request. I was the one that approved it. The bots were like, oh no, who approved it? It was me. That's all. The things that Fuminori has done are so horrifying that Koji's only recourse, his only hope of coping, is to kill the man who was once his friend. Yet despite that, Ryoko makes this nightmare sound like just the beginning. Koji still doesn't understand where her morbid cynicism comes from, nor does he want to.
それだけじゃないとしたら、残りは先生の妄想なんじゃないですか。
そう思えるならまだ君の傷は浅いってことさ。
Her brusque tone says that she doesn't care whether or not Koji is satisfied with her explanation.
今ならまだ時間が君の傷を癒してくれるだろう。君は最後の一線を踏み越えていない。
Koji considers Ryoko's words calmly, without letting himself get emotional like before. The final line, true, Fuminori is somewhere beyond that. Although Koji has gone far enough to be willing to kill Fuminori, he has no intention of eating his enemy's flesh once he's dead. That at least still separates the two. Then what about Ryoko, who has treated Koji like an ignorant fool ever since she saved him from the well? How close is she to Fuminori? Huh? my brain is going haywire. Then what about Ryoko, who has treated Koji like an ignorant fool ever since she saved him from the well? How close is she to Fuminori? She's his psychiatrist.
先生の傷は俺よりも深いと。
She has connections with Ogai. Koji's girlfriend literally just died. Not gonna lie, she's totally manipulating Koji in my opinion. She wants him to lure Saya out for her. and I don't know, and knows what she needs to say to get him to run errands. No, she really isn't. She really isn't. Trust me, I read this before. She is not. She is not. She's literally telling him, mind your own business, I can do this myself. That's why she went to like the cabin in the first place. She was going to do things on her own. That was always her lifelong goal. It was already apparent from like when she was reading Olga's letters, right? Like she hated the guy. She wanted everything about him destroyed. It's not spoilers. It's common sense. You're just paranoid about women. You're just paranoid about women. At least she didn't die as a virgin. Who said she wasn't a virgin? We're talking about what? Are we talking about Tambo here? Don't call me out like that. In response to Koji's biting question, Ryoko's mocking smile turns inward.
この銃はね、実家の
My
父の
favorite
ものなん
part.
だ。
This gun was my father's, you know. Ryoko pats one of her duffel bag's bulges.
こいつがロッカーから消えたせいで、父は責任を問われて地元の猟友会から除名させられた。申し訳ないと思ってるよ。私は両親にとっては自慢
That's
の
badass
娘
as
なん
beast
だ。
though. If I was her dad, I'd be like,
それが
daughter,
金庫の銃を盗
I'm
み出す
proud
なん
of
て
you.
想像もしてないだろう。
そうするだけの必要が先生にはあったと。
いいや、全然。
Oh, I like this one. I like this part a lot. Her quick denial isn't what Koji was expecting.
その頃にはもう王外のことは一見落着していた。少なくとも私はそう思っていた。奴は姿を消したきり、もう二度と私の前には現れないだろうと安心してた。この銃で何かを撃とうとか殺そうとか。
じゃあなぜ？
眠れなかったんだよ。
Ah, so cool. Ryoko pauses, perhaps needing time to decide how best to explain.
それまではベッドサイドにナタを隠しておいたんだ。夜一人で部屋にいるのが耐えられなくてね。
Fun fact, I actually tried to do this. I wonder how Ryoko felt, how Tanbo felt sleeping with a gun next to her. I did it with my air shit.
どんなに世界が底抜けにめちゃくちゃになっていこうと、悲鳴を上げて逃げ回る以外の選択肢が自分にはあるんだって、そう納得させるためにはね。
I like this. I really like the cafe part, honestly. Koji doesn't know what to say. He's amazed, impressed even that someone with such a serious case of delusional paranoia could function as one of T University's top. I like her so much. I love her. Oh my god.
それじゃ大した効き目はなかった。
It didn't work though. My nightmares
悪夢は日
kept
ごと
on
にひ
getting
どくなってい
worse.
く一方で、
It's also canon that Tachibana Kimika from Subahibi sleeps with a gun too. She's a Dakimakura for like hugging a gun.
安眠するにはナタじゃまだ足りなかったんだ。それで父の銃を盗んできた。
It's like stuffed toys but different. It's like stuffed toys but weapons.
こんな風に重心を詰めるとね、
Sleeping with your gun is not comfy.
散弾がもっと
It's
広
not,
範
it
囲に
actually
飛び散るようになって、
It's too
殺傷
hard,
力
you know,
も
but
増すん
like
だそうだ。
whatever. If you're edgy, maybe you could do it. If you're like if you're like guts, right? You could even hug like a double-edged sword. By cutting the barrel down like this. Switch between your airsoft and the Yamato can help you sleep. The Blahaj ELAINE gave me. By cutting the barrel down like this, the shot spreads over a wider area and causes more damage. Oh my god. The girl in Raging Loop did this too. This is also a thing in Nominako. Girls in visual novels love sawed-off guns.
アメリカでも重罪になる改造なんだとさ。
Well, this
私は
gun's
そ
in
れ
the
を
back.
クローゼットの奥に突っ込んで、それでようやく眠れるようになったよ。3日に一晩ぐらいはね。
Ah, so cool! I love this CG so much. Oh my god, Tambo's faces are just so good. At this point, Ryoko seems to have gotten everything off her chest, smiling like someone who has just finished a hard job, she adds. Oh my god, so cool.
銃はいいよ、本当に。
Oh, I like this line a lot. I like this line. A gun's a great thing to have, you know? It really is.
相手に向かってぶっ放すもよし、それでダメなら自分の口に突っ込んで引き金を引くっていう選択肢もある。
You can use it to blow your enemies away, and if that doesn't work, you can always stick it in your mouth and pull the trigger. Oh, so based! Oh my god, I love her. I'm on my knees. Oh my god, I remember when I first read this. I'm like, Tampo, please. Please, my babies. My ears will cry about it. It's so cool. She's so
専
cool.
門家の治療を受けるべきです。
Virgil, you need help!
端的な感想ありがとう。でもね、君だって他人事じゃなくなるよ。これ以上先に進むのはね。
Her freaking face when she was saying that. You can always use it to blow your enemies away, and if that doesn't help, you can always just point it in your mouth and and pull the trigger. Doctor, you need help. Koji is already doubtful that meeting with Ryoko was the right thing to do. The one thing that he and Ryoko have in common is an unwillingness to leave Fuminori to the proper authorities. Fuminori not only killed Koji's lover and friend, but even went so far as to defile their corpses. Koji isn't about to give him the chance to get off on an insanity plea. Oh, so that's why he didn't call the police. Because he wanted to kill him himself. He wanted to kill him himself, so he didn't call the police. So that's the kind of girl you're into. You really based. Yes, thank you. I know. I have the best taste in women. Like, come on. Her face is so based. Like, oh my god. She looks so crazy and smug saying that. With confidence. No matter what crimes he must commit, Koji will end Fuminori with his own two hands. If he doesn't, he knows that he will never sleep again. Then sleep with a gun! Virgil's into deranged woman. Yes. Correcto. It helps to have a partner in crime, but only when that partner doesn't cause trouble. Ryoko talks big about exposing Ogai's secrets, but she might just have a head full of delusions. If so, Koji needs to rethink this whole thing. Delusion mentioned.
この先全てを先生に任せるというのなら、先生のこと信用させてください。先生をそこまで追い詰めるほどのものがオーガイっていう男にあったという証拠を、彼が何をしでかしたのか全て俺に見せてください。
I like my women just like me. Oh my god.
そこまで言うかな。
Watching people suffer makes me cope, okay? I love it when I watch my favorite characters suffer. It gives me more motivation to go on. Average deranged woman to deranged woman interaction. What's it you guys love saying again? Manera love. So you're determined to go all the way. Oh well. Anger sustains a yes. Ryoko smirks and shakes her head ruefully, but puts up no further resistance. She pulls a stack of paper from her bag and hands it to Koji. The loose leaf shades are bound with string.
一行読んだら続きは次のページの同じ行だ。まあ触りだけでも読んでみるといい。
As directed, Koji looks through the handwritten pages and gives up after less than 3 minutes.
怪奇 SF の走行か何かですか。罪のない悪ふざけですね。彼にはこんな子供っぽい趣味があったわけだ。
Koji deliberately scoffs at the document, doing everything he can to show contempt for what he just read. At the same time, he tries desperately not to remember the mountain of bones in Ogai's bathtub and the unidentifiable smell permeating Fuminori's house. Let's ignore the fact that he found like the meats, like the human meat in his refrigerator, okay? That's a typo. Should be for no, it's food.
その文章と同じぐらい突拍子もないものだった。
The specimens that Ogai brought to the hospital 1 year ago were just as unbelievable, Ryoko says, coldly ignoring Koji's disdain.
奴は大学の機材を無断で使ってこっそり検査をしようとしたらしい。だがドジを踏んで露見した。そこから先はもう大騒ぎでね。オーガイが使おうとした機材から察するに、奴はそいつを P3 レベルのバイオハザードとして取り扱うつもりだったらしい。その程度の用心で十分だったのかどうかも知れたもんじゃないんだが。
To be honest, even that might not have been sufficient for what he was dealing with.
近隣の住民を退去させるべきだったんだが、まあそこは 偉い人たちが偉い人なりに頑張って、その代わり私たちはキャンバス中のネズミを一匹残らず駆除する羽目になった。ネズミとかつてネズミだっ
What?
た
Okay,
何
right.
かを
I
ね。
forgot that rats are like the experimental beings. It's kind of weird because like earlier I had a dream about owning a pet rat and now I'm reading about rat experimentation. At the first meeting, Ryoko brushed Koji off when he asked about Olga and Masahiko. Now, however, she's telling the whole story, her voice as flat and emotionless as a machine's.
事の究明には結局皆がサジを投げた。
Oh my god, the rat part with Saya, yeah. In the end, everyone gave up trying to explain what had happened.
オーガイが持ち込んだ資料がどういう起源のものなのか。
A Petri laboratory is a containment facility that enables the isolation and the manipulation of dangerous biological materials for various research purposes. So it's illegal stuff. You make it sound very illegal. You make it sound like it's human experimentation. Yeah, when you say that, it sounds like, you know, human experimentation. But I see. なるほど。
まあ結局
I was a normal
みんな
person.
賢明だったわ
I'm
け
still
だ。
normal, guys. In retrospect, they did the wise thing.
理性は理性、ざれ言はざれ言。そういう線
Important
引き
to
を
note,
危うくし
they
ないで
knew
済
how
む
to
程
keep
度
the
って
line
ものを
between
心得
reality
てい
and
た。
fantasy where it should be.
でもあいにく当時の私はそこまで賢明じゃなかった。
Basiji. Ryoko pauses for a moment, then grins with self-disdain so maniacal that it strikes Koji like a blow.
あれこれ探って暴き出して、私はオーガイが何をしていたのか知った。彼が関わっていた連中や彼をそそのかした連中も突き止めた。ナタと添い寝するようになったのはその頃からだ。
How many... Did she not accidentally cut herself doing that?
この世の理性ってものがどんなにタガの緩んだ穴だらけの頼りない代物なのか理解するようになったのはね。
Virgil will look weird with green hair, so don't vibe with her too hard. Oh, you're gonna regret that. I'm gonna have green hair one day. Just you watch. It's very easy to dye my hair to any color. I can't imagine her in a bikini while end up. Why? What? That is so random. But in this VN fantasy became reality, but in exchange, the results were much worse than they thought. Yeah. Pink hair Virgil was weird enough, please. I think it's very weird for people with, like, characters with white hair to change to anything that isn't white hair, you know? Dude, take a cold shower, yeah. Yeah, become a monk in the shower or something. Just, flush the horny thoughts out of your head, I don't know. As though fleeing from the quiet insanity that he keeps glimpsing in Ryoko, Koji finds himself paging through the loose leaf in his hand. What the hell's a loose leaf anyway? He reads a line at random. The organism's flesh is not fibrous but reticulated. Put simply, it is an extremely tough substance that expands and contracts, not in one direction but in all directions. This means that slashing or piercing damage has very little effect. Since the flesh can contract in any direction freely, anyone will be sealed instantly. Put me with clown hair, like the rainbow one. It's nonsense. What else can it be? If he lets himself believe it, then everything else, all the logical rules that define the world, will be rendered meaningless.
じゃあ先生は信じるんですね、この内容を。
疑う理由なんてとっくの昔に見失ったからね。
Ryoko reaches into her duffel bag again, this time removing a stainless steel thermos that looks like it'll be able to hold about 500... that looks able to hold about 500 cubic centimeters of liquid.
こいつが鞘を倒す切り札だ。調達するのに手間取ったが、多分こいつは敵面に効く。
She's going to douse her in vodka.
ついていけません。
Koji snaps, no longer able to disguise his frustration.
鞘が何だろうともうどうでもいいです。俺は文則を終わらせることができればそれでいい。
そうか。
No, I did not type in Google. The hell are you talking about? No. No. I just had something to attend to. I see. Now that she's given up on persuading him, her ascent is swift and cold. At this moment, Koji's fate has slightly ceased to matter to her.
いいだろう。君は先坂文則を仕留めるために全力を尽くすといい。私もその気に乗じさせてもらうとする。君の邪魔はしないし、君が仕損じた時にはきっちりと私が帳尻を合わせ
See,
てや
look,
る。
she's a bro, right? Best girl. Sorry, Saya. I was always on Tanbo's side, okay? That line about the gun was just too cool, right? You guys agree with me, right? The line about the gun was cool. Despite the determination in her voice, Koji can't bring himself to trust this paranoid doctor completely.
あなたの持ち合わせている理由で文則を殺せるんですか？
Do you have a reason to kill Fuminori?
潔
Yeah, she's
癖症なんだ
badass.
よ、私は。ああやって人の世界の拉致外に隠れ住んでいるような奴らが。
Tomboy aura, bro vibe na. I mean, you can be both.
奴らは寝室のゴキブリだ。
Eh.
枕元でカサコサ這い回る
If you
音
show
を無視して眠れるか。
Phrase to boss, he's going to start dying. He hates cockroaches so much. I showed him like a toy cockroach and he started like dying. He started convulsing on the floor.
見つけ次第殺して駆逐する。そうせずにはいられない。私の精神衛生上の問題だ。
She sounds like she'll turn on her friends. Yeah, when did I ever like hated a character for that? If you forgot, I like Griffin. Her reasons are similar to Koji's own. He doesn't want to bring a murderer to justice. Nor does he want revenge for Ominyo. If he did, he could have left everything to the police. The reason he can't is that the villain is Fuminori, the man he believed was his friend, has turned his whole world upside down. Everything and everyone with a part in this madness is to blame, and that includes himself for allowing the betrayal. His self-loathing, his desire to destroy, it's what's keeping him on his feet.
さあ、それじゃあチェックメイトに駒を進めよう。先坂君を呼び
Let's
出し
go!
た。
Confrontation time. Koji nods, pulls out his cell phone, and calls his friend for what will probably be the last time. Alright, I forgot his cell phone is dirty because of the mud. The call goes through quickly. Fuminori must have been waiting for it.
待たせたな文則。こっちの準備は整った。
コージ、今どこにいる？
Fuminori must have been quite anxious to hear from Koji. His voice is hard and completely emotionless.
お前のすぐ背後とでも言っておこうか。
Let's bet he actually looked behind him. This should work. Fuminori and his lumps of meat got nothing on the illegal gun and planning. Yeah, they even got like a crazy woman with them, like crazy tomboy. They're gonna win. Koji can't help but smile at Fuminori's disappointment. Perhaps Ryoko's maniacal sadism has rubbed off on him.
で、筑波を解放する決心はついたのか？
ああ、背に腹は変えられない。
He's lying, Koji thinks, remembering the content of Fuminori's refrigerator. Tomboy, just what part of Yo did you eat, huh? Did you carve that poor girl up like a pig?
お前は集めた資料のすべてを証拠ともども持ってこい。その内容を見て納得できたら、
Yeah, sure, whatever.
内容を引き渡す。
いいだろう。場所は？
まずは応線の Y 駅まで来い。そこでお前が一人なのを確認してから詳しい場所を教える。
念の言った話だな。
妙な細工はなしだ。45分以内に来い。
They wanna meet up alone. Fuminori hangs up without waiting for Koji's response.
俺が単独なのを確認するまで居場所は教えないつもりみたいです。
ただの医大生にしちゃ心得てるな。感心だ。
Ryoko's face sounds serious, drawing a glare from Koji.
私の車はここに置いていこう。トノー君、
Wow!
君の車のトランクに人一人が入る隙間はあるかい？
God, I gotta love Tanbo.
大丈夫ですが。正気ですか？映画の見過ぎですよ。
そんじょそこいらの映画よりは危険な冒険なんだよ、これは。
Oh, wait lang! Sorry, my family called me. I need to finish by 11, but I think I'll be able to finish it before then. Sorry, if you're a Filipino, you probably understood what happened. But basically, my family was trying to open the door, and I was like yelling, "Wait!" With those bold words, Ryoko grabs her duffel bag and rises from her seat.
で、この店を待ち合わせに選んだのは君だったな。
そうですが、何か。
コーヒーの責任を取れ。
What? Now she's using him. There you go. Yeah, that's the part where she uses him. She makes him pay for the shitty coffee. And the heroes began their mission to defeat the monster and its pet. Yeah. Even after Koji arrives at Y Station as directed, Fuminori calls him and makes him change locations 3 more times. Koji is beginning to doubt that Fuminori is watching. He might just be using the time to guess when Koji arrives at each designated location. Nevertheless, Koji can't let his guard down. Fuminori might choose any moment to make sure that he's alone. If he makes a mistake and puts Fuminori on alert, Ryoko will lose her chance to take him by surprise. She'll just have to put up with the cramped trunk for a little while longer. Can she even breathe there? After the nature preserve and the dry riverbed, the fourth location to which Fuminori sends Koji is in the thick forest at the top of the foothills, high above the developed area at their base. His car's GPS shows a road that leads nowhere, but according to Fuminori, there should be an old abandoned sanatorium there. The park and river were empty this late at night, but during the day would likely have considerable traffic. This time, however, his instinct is telling him that it's definitely a place that no one could find, not even by accident. It looks like this is the final stop. Koji drives up the steep incline, soon leaving the residential neighborhood behind. Even though the hands of progress are right at its doorstep, the undeveloped forest is darker than he expected. This looks like a great place to live in secret, or to kill someone, not a body. Places like this, lost and forgotten, aren't found only in deep jungles and hidden valleys. Holes in the world are everywhere, even in the midst of civilization. A broken down gate post suddenly appears in Koji's headlights, like a ghost rising from the darkness. It looks like this is the final stop. He rolls up to the gate and turns off the engine, giving himself to the silence of the forest. His phone starts ringing almost immediately. He doesn't need to check who it's from.
着いたぞ。
聞こえてた。
Welcome to my house. Fuminori is nearby, close enough to hear the sound of the engine. A shiver of excitement shoots up like Koji's spine. God! The sexual tension here is insane.
中に入ってこいよ。ようも待ってる。
It sounds like a pimp. Fuminori hangs up without another word. After grabbing his new flashlight from the glove compartment and checking that the revolver is still in his pocket, Koji opens the door, making sure to pop the trunk at exactly the same time. Ryoko shouldn't need any more explanation than that. Realizing that the interior roof light will stay on and broadcast that the trunk isn't closed, Koji quickly unscrews the bulb, then gets out of the car and deliberately slams the driver's side door hard. Mountains of trash littered the front yard, forming a serviceable barricade. Koji sees everything from small refrigerators and mopeds to huge chunks of concrete and plaster that must have been abandoned by construction workers. The fact that they could get away with leaving all this stuff behind shows just how remote this place is. Glancing sidelong at the rear of his car, Koji sees no movement inside the barely open trunk. Ryoko knows what she's doing. She'll probably wait until Fuminori's attention is focused on Koji before making her move. The moon is brighter than usual, allowing Koji to walk through the front yard without tripping on debris. Staying alert, he heads for the building beyond the mountain of trash. Something must be buried underneath the piles of garbage, because the whole yard is filled with the sharp stink of chemicals. It's the best part now, boys. It's the climax. Even the homeless probably won't come to this place. If you need to get out of the wind and rain, there are plenty of shelters more suitable. When he reaches the gaping, doorless entrance to the building, Koji glances back the way he came. His car, parked at the gate, is hidden behind the mountains of trash. Yeah, we'll finish soon. Even if Fuminori is watching from inside the sanatorium, he shouldn't be able to see Ryoko crawl out of the trunk. It looks like she'll get her chance to take him by surprise. How many times now has he stood like this, alone in some ominously silent place far removed from his everyday life? Sneaking into deadly quiet houses to find traces of unimaginable happenings had become as normal as going to class. The houses that he explored before were like freshly shed cicada shells, empty and dilapidated, but with traces of the life they had sheltered. This place, however, is different. A perfect ruin, its walls and pillars rising from the dark forest like an army of ghouls, with no sign at all that people once lived and worked here. The structure resembles a skeleton more than a shell. Time and the elements have stripped it of its former shape, and now there is only death. Koji has gone as far as he can. This must be the final stop. What will Fuminori's next move be? He must be planning to kill Koji, but how? Just as he's about to turn on his flashlight, Koji reconsiders. If he wanders around with the light on, he'll be broadcasting his exact location. That will give the advantage to Fuminori, who's probably lying in wait for him right now. Make the cicada noise from Higurashi voice. How does that sound like again? Wee. I forgot. Sorry. Tell me how it sounds like. Try to say it in chat. Imitate it. He holds the light before him in his left hand, with his finger placed on the switch. In his right hand, he raises the revolver, keeping it pointed in the same direction. Now ready to fire when he turns on the light, Koji steps quietly into the dark ruin. It takes a while for his eyes to adjust, but even when they do, he has only moonlight streaming through empty windows to guide him. Everything appears grey and indistinct. However, Fuminori has to deal with the same conditions if he's hiding here. This is a battle of nerves, exhausting and deadly, where the first to make a sound and give away his position will lose. The rooms on both sides of the hallway are all open. Some are even missing their doors. Koji creeps up to each entrance, checks to make sure no one is inside, then carefully proceeds on. The thing that he noticed in the garden has changed. Now it smells more organic, like rotting meat. It's the exact same smell that filled Fuminori's house. Wow! The orgasm's flesh really expands in a manner that renders piercing damage meaningless. Mudada. Koji grits his teeth and forces the madman's words out of his head. This chair! Starts destroying the chair. What good can come of taking them seriously? This isn't the time for such useless squish. Koji freezes and stares down the hall. It was a wet sound that he heard just now, like someone dragging their feet through a swamp, and it came from the room at the end of the hall. Something is there, something alive. Koji creeps toward the sound, his light and gun at the ready. Squish. Now it sounds like someone squeezing mud through their fingers, and as he gets closer, Koji begins to hear breathing. Could it be Fuminori? No, that's impossible. He should be waiting for a chance to ambush Koji, not making careless noise. As he proceeds, the strange sound coming through the cracks in the concrete walls grows clearer. What? It sounds cute. Before he knows it, he is standing on the threshold. The room is filled with a thick, viscous darkness, just like every other room that he's passed. There's more than just darkness, however. Something is there. No, it's not me. I don't sound like that. He can hear pained breathing, like that of a wounded animal, and what sounds like sobbing. Sobbing?
誰だ?
誰だ? Koji whispers into the darkness. Now that he's given away his position, he might as well turn on his light. For some reason, however, Koji feels that to do so would have disastrous consequences. The last time I heard her voice on the phone, she was sobbing. The wheezing suddenly stops. And then... Koji! A whisper comes out of the darkness, though not a human voice, not by any measure. It speaks some blasphemous semblance of human words. A nightmarish flash of insight connects the dots in Koji's mind.
つくば
It can't be. Yo doesn't sound like this. She doesn't smell. Imagine the smell. Oh. This is like Made in Abyss. But if it's not Yo, then how does it know his name? Why is it begging for him? Why is it begging him for help? No, it can't be Yo. She's human, not some creature that slithers and hides in the shadows. Why does he know how she smells? Omi? 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 She'll be begging for help? I mean, I guess? Euthanasia, I mean, if... I'm not even going to try to justify. The thing wriggles closer. His reason cries out, imploring him to switch the light on before it's too late, or to turn and run if he cannot. But Koji is unable to make either choice. He can only call out in vain to the amorphous shape in the darkness.
つくばなのか直江まさかつくばなのか
Shut the fuck up. Let me something soft and slimy slides over Koji's toes. Oh no, now she's going to get attached to him. Instinct overrides his will, forcing him to turn on his light and shine it at his feet. The white beam reveals everything. The merciless truth that finally shatters Koji's sanity. Terror wipes his mind of all but two words, gun and trigger. His finger responds with instant obedience. There is an explosion of light and sound, both more intense than he anticipated. Yeah, of course, yo, I will kill you. But both more intense than he anticipated. And then the destructive forces are swallowed up by the darkness. His ears are still ringing from the bang, but he hears a weak voice coming from the shadows. Koji screams and pulls the trigger again and again, certain that salvation can come only from the barrel of his gun. Light and dark. Oh my god, he used all his shots! Light and darkness, explosion and silence, they dance before him 3 more times. Koji doesn't even need to aim. The horrible creature is right at his feet, far too close to miss. He only has 4 ammos, right? Ryoko warned him how many bullets were left in the gun, but that information has already been driven from his mind. Even after cold heavy gloom wraps itself around him once more, Koji keeps pulling the trigger like a man possessed, paying no heed to the picking of the empty weapon. His panic-stricken legs suddenly give out, sending him down hard on his backside. Even then, he keeps firing the empty gun. He knows no other way to erase the memory of the thing that he glimpsed in the beam of his flashlight. The light, which fell from his hand during the attack, is now pointing in a different direction. And though all 4 bullets must have hit their target, they were Koji's last card to play, which leaves him alone in the darkness with no way to defend himself. And just as he realizes this, a mass of rotting flesh rolls over him like a tidal wave. Ah! Nice voice acting. He can no longer even scream as the thing pushes him onto his back. With the fear seizing his throat in an iron grip, Koji struggles desperately against the monster as it curls up his body toward his face. Covering his face with his left hand, he scrabbles wildly along the floor with his right, searching for a way out that doesn't exist. His mind is that of a feral animal, empty of everything but primal terror. A Venicle! I haven't played a Venicle. And it's an outsoft game though, right? And that's why when his right hand closes around something hard at the last moment, he recognizes it instinctively as a weapon. Putting every ounce of strength into his arm, Koji swings the heavy object at the creature on top of him. He hears the thud of a blunt object striking something soft and wet, and then Koji's attacker rolls off. I feel so bad for her, Jesus Christ! As soon as he is able to move again, Koji leaps to his feet and grabs his new weapon with both hands, brandishing it like a charm to ward off evil. Only now does he realize that he's holding a rusty steel pipe. The monster is still sobbing. Jesus, that is really good CG. With a cry that is part scream, part roar, Koji raises the steel pipe and brings it crashing down on the cowering creature. Oh my god, he hears a wet sound and feels the blood-chilling sensation of its thick, soft flesh absorbing the blow. This combined to evoke an instinctive loathing that wipes his mind off all but the urge to destroy the BGM! Jesus Christ! Consumed by the same desperation with which he kept firing the empty gun, Koji rains blow after blow down on his enemy. After the 10th blow, it stops sobbing. After the 20th blow, it stops moving. And after the 30th blow, it begins to feel and sound more and more like he's breathing a puddle of viscous liquid. Luminarians are probably like diddling each other while this all going on, knowing how messed up they are. Koji doesn't stop trashing the creature until he recovers enough of his senses to realize that whatever it might have been before, it is now nothing but a corpse. Oh, the pipe in his hand, covered with unidentifiable fluids and filth, suddenly feels unbearably heavy.
君はまだ一番致命的なものまでは見ていない。
Slime video! That is a good one. I like that. I like that. I like that. Rating the slime. Satisfying ASMR. Ryoko's voice plays back in his head, and at last he knows how merciful her warning was. Now that his eyes are as open as hers, he is able to laugh in contempt of his own foolishness. See, she was actually warning him. 20 years of memories in the light of the sun, if they were indeed precious to him, then he should never have come to this place. He's 20 years old, Jesus Christ. That's... wow. 20-year-olds look like that? The black flames of despair rise within him, consuming fear and revulsion and pity. Only rage and hate remain. Every cell in his body cries out for vengeance, for the blood of the man who had poisoned him with truth and tore him from the womb of innocence. He does not look like 20, nor do the women that were in his age group, like Ominyo, they do not look 20. And then Koji, slave to hate, hears the sound of someone sticking up behind him. Oh yeah, I said the exact same thing last time. It's just, you know, weird. Koji whirls, swinging his pipe with all the force he can muster. His enemy hastily leaps back to avoid the strike, surprised by his failure to catch Koji off guard. Twisted shadows dance in the beam of the light on the floor. I think I need to charge my headphones. Give me a bit. Okay, I'm back. Twisted shadows dance in the beam of the light on the floor. Readying his pipe for the next blow, Koji faces off against his second attacker.
Sakisaka. Fuminori.
Before this moment, Koji could never have imagined that he would ever speak his friend's name with such hatred. Oh my god, I love that trope so much. What the fuck? I forgot about this sprite. Hey Paul! Hey Koji! Try fixing me now, you dumb bitch! Or was it bastard? Hey Koji, try fixing me now, you damn bastard! Even now, Fuminori is smiling as though the huge axe in his hands is just a sick joke. He looks sane. I trust him. I trust him. I trust him with weapons. I would trust him with my entire life. Damn, Koji. Jesus, it's so funny. You like Huey Lewis in the news? A tip to B Square starts playing. Also, I didn't know that Square. I thought Square was like literal. It apparently means boring. It's said to be boring. If I hesitate against you, Koji sneers to, unable to contain his contempt for the notion.
貴様、近江をどうした？筑波に一体何をした？それを考えてもまだ俺が貴様を殺すのに迷
it
う
was a
だ。
typo? I thought pike was another word for pipe.
そいつは言いがかりのつけ方が逆だろ、コージ。
Pulmonary growls, looking sadly at the pile of dead flesh at Koji's
コ
feet.
ージの分際で僕の世をひどい目に遭わ
Wow,
せ
that is not yo.
世の10倍は痛めつけてから殺してやる。覚悟しろ。
The blade of Fuminori's axe. Okay, Nitro Plus fighting scene. The blade of Fuminori's axe carves a murderous arc through the darkness, glittering menacingly in the faint light coming from the floor. A Nitro Plus BGM, baby. Koji raises his pipe to block the ferocious swing. The heavy impact numbs his arms, but his large frame takes the blow without giving any ground. Fuminori presses the attack, delivering a second blow and a third. His axe, designed for chopping down trees, is deadlier and more durable than the piece of pipe Koji found discarded on the floor. Each strike Koji blocks sends chunks of rust flying from his makeshift weapon. He can't win as long as he's on the defensive. He needs to create an opportunity to attack.
Come on!
Koji blocks a crushing downward swing, then pushes back hard before Fuminori can pull away, throwing him off balance. Fuminori stumbles backward, then plants his feet to steady himself. Taking advantage of his opponent's temporary immobility, Koji delivers a punching low kick to Fuminori's outer thigh. Fighting game. Nitro Plus does have a fighting game, by the way. Nitro Blasters. Fuminori grunts and retreats, swinging his axe wildly to prevent Koji from following up with another attack. Koji, however, does not press his advantage. He just stands where he is, calmly spearing Fuminori with a stare. Wow!
お前、喧嘩に慣れてねえな。
Actual fighting scene. Fuminori roars and comes in from another attack, but the damage to his right leg seems to be slowing his swing. Easily blocking the axe with his pipe, Koji waits for Fuminori to exhaust himself.
死ね死ね
Fuminori delivers blow after heavy blow, howling savagely all the while. What he does not realize, however, is that the situation now favors composure, not brute force. When Fuminori raises his axe high for yet another attack, Koji sees that his movements have grown dull enough. Seizing the opportunity, Koji charges into Fuminori's range and grabs a half of the axe with his left hand. As Fuminori recoils in fear, Koji swings his pipe hard at his enemy's unprotected side. Ooh! Ooh! He feels the crunch of ribs breaking! The pain drives Fuminori to his knees, staring down at Fuminori's defenseless head. Koji is surprised by his own lack of emotion, raises his pipe high to deliver the finishing blow, which is when something wraps itself around his left ankle. Who could it be? What? The instant Koji panics at the unexpected sensation, something soft yet strong winds itself around his right leg and drags him to the floor before he can resist. He twists his body and tries to swing the pipe at the unseen enemy behind him, but his right hand too is seized by the same flexible force. He wasn't able to feel it through his pants, but now his blood turns to ice at the cold, slimy sensation of the thing wrapped around his uncovered wrist. That monster's still alive?
Saya.
Oh no! Fuminori says encouragingly. Even while kneeling on the ground, his face twisted in pain, he manages a terrible, victorious grin. Saya. This monster is Saya. Koji struggles desperately to free his limbs from the creature's slimy grip, but more tentacles swarm over his body, stealing his freedom of movement. What does this look like for Fuminori? The terror has already driven Koji half mad. Just imagining the creature's appearance is enough to send him into a mindless panic. Power of love! His scream is suddenly cut off as a slimy appendage seizes his throat. This most deadly tentacle isn't just cutting off his windpipe, it's trying to snap his neck, and it's getting tighter. Berserker versus Saber Outer! Koji is certain that this is the end, but just as his vision begins to dim, an explosion brings him back to his senses. Nice! With a horrifying inhuman scream, the creature releases Koji and retracts its tentacles. The first thing he sees after gaining his mobility is Ryoko running down the hall with a smoking shotgun in one hand and a silver tube in the other.
先生
Ryoko's responds by tossing him the tube. Though still lying on the floor, he manages to snatch it out of the air. It's a thermal she showed him at the restaurant, the one she called her secret weapon.
そいつの中身を奴にぶちまけろ
Ryoko shouts to Koji at the same time. She aims her gun at Fuminori, who's still down on his knees, 5 paces away. The double-barreled shotgun still has 1 shot loaded. Are you guys ready for one of the best CGs in this game? The monster that attacked Koji is breathing in agony. It hasn't yet recovered from Ryoko's shot. But he's already seen that bullets aren't enough to kill these creatures. Now it's his only chance.
貴様ら何を
Fuminori growls, gritting his teeth against the pain of his broken ribs. Forcing himself to be calm, Koji stands and carefully unscrews the lid of the thermos. There's no question in his mind that something extremely potent is inside. As soon as it is unsealed, a thick white mist pours out of the thermos and the surrounding air turns freezing cold. It's liquid nitrogen? Instantly guessing what's inside, Koji loves the thermos at the pile of flesh convulsing in the floor. The thermos sails through the air, spilling white fog. I'm so hyped right now, Jesus! Spilling white fog and like a baptismal font showers its liquid contents upon the hellish creature. Nice scream! Its scream this time is incomparable to before. What was she saying again? Isn't your screams cute? Nah, your screams are cute, Saya. The monster crashes in agony, wreathed in white smoke. Its screams are joined by Ryoko's cackling. Nice!
どうよマイナス197度だよねえ冷たい熱いざまあないわね
Hot. Perhaps the joy of vanquishing her nightmare was worth the last remnants of her sanity. The manic glee blazing in her eyes can belong only to a shattered mind.
貴様
Monster! Wow! Fuminori staggers to his feet, roaring black curses. His rage seems to have drowned out the pain of his broken bones. That's a creepy smile. How about this one? That's not a creepy smile. Ryoko is not one to underestimate the threat posed by his axe. Her mad laughter fades away, leaving only a cold smile as she pulls the trigger. With a short burst of dark flame, Ryoko's gun sputters and dies. Ryoko is an expert on firearms. It never occurred to her that shotgun shells need proper storage. And besides, she always expected that any situation where her gun would be necessary would also be the one that she would not survive. Oh! Cursing in anger and dismay, Ryoko breaks the shotgun open and awkwardly pulls the dud out. Meanwhile, Fuminori stalks toward her like a vengeful demon, the head of his axe screeching as it drags along the floor. Oh my god, that's so cool! I have to stop him! Koji tries to charge Fuminori but only succeeds at sending himself sprawling. One of his shoes is stuck to the floor, frozen by the liquid nitrogen. As Ryoko fumbles in her pocket for a new shell, Fuminori closes the distance and raises his axe in both hands. Anyo! Koji curses and rips his shoe free of the frozen concrete, but he knows that he'll never make it in time. Ryoko throws a new shell into the chamber of her shotgun and snaps it closed, then looks up to find her target. Fuminori is right before her, too close to evade, and his axe is already crashing down with the wind howling in its wake. Ah! The sounds of bone shattering, tendon snapping, and flesh tearing blend together in full harmony. But wait! The thick blade enters through Ryoko's left shoulder, flowing through her collarbone and shoulder blade, smashing several ribs and popping her lung like a balloon before stopping in the center of her chest. Her expression frozen in shock by the impact. She sprays a geyser of blood from her mouth. Let's go! She should have died instantly, but through some unimaginable force of will, Ryoko clings to life for a few seconds more! Woman too angry to die! Grinning through blood-stained lips, she raises her shotgun. Are you ready for one of the best CGs in the game, bros? Not to the front, but to the side. Beyond the barrel of her gun, wearing the 77-degree Kelvin mist like a white cloak of death, is the weakly wriggling Saya. Oh, so cool! Fuminori's scream vanishes into the roar of the shotgun. The destruction is absolute. The impact of the shotgun pellets obliterates the half of Saya's body that fell prey to the liquid nitrogen. The frozen particles of Saya's shattered flesh drifts to the floor like snow. Even the creature's special biology is insufficient to seal a wound of this size. From the opening pour its internal organs, a tide of liquid, slime, and fat whose color is far too foul to belong to any living creature. The monster convulses, wailing in a weak, pitiful voice.
Saya.
Wow, my eyes! This is like a freaking FromSoft game. With his axe still buried in Ryoko's body, Fuminori stares at the dying creature, his expression utterly devoid of emotion. Koji grabs his pipe and prepares to attack Fuminori from behind, but freezes when he sees the emptiness on the face of the man he hated. No, Ryoko isn't in the fighting game, unfortunately. Fuminori pulls his axe out of Ryoko's corpse. Ryoko's dead! Then looks at Koji with glazed eyes. There's no recognition in them, nor hate, nor rage. No, I know this. When Koji meets Fuminori's blank stare, he knows. There's nothing left in him to kill. Oh no! Fuminori grips the axe closer to its head and raises it high, the blade toward his face. I hate this part. This part I could feel. Koji doesn't know whether he should interfere, but even if he wanted to, what could he say to stop Fuminori? Fuminori pulls his head back slowly, then drives his face into the blade of the axe like a spring-loaded toy. Crunch. His skull caves in with a dull, wet sound, and the spray of blood catches Koji in the face. Despite Fuminori's utter lack of hesitation, his first attempt at suicide succeeds only in transforming his face into a hash of crimson. Fuminori pulls his head back one more time, even slower than before. Then with every ounce of strength still left in his body, he slams it into the blood-stained axe. The sound is louder than before. Fuminori's body goes limp, then tumbles face first into the floor. Koji stares at the two mangled corpses for a while. He feels completely left behind, like he can't remember why he's standing in this place with a steel pipe in his hand. I don't know how axes work. Can you actually do that? Jesus! Oh! The stale air filling the ruined building becomes choked with the stench of blood, and the crimson puddle gradually spreads across the snow-covered floor. Yet the tranquility of the scene makes it seem like a painting. Can you drive your face into it? I don't even want to imagine. I remember the first time I read this, I could like feel my head, my forehead, like feeling weird. A soft, slimy sound breaks the silence. Koji looks at the mortally wounded monster. The creature is on death's door, but even so, it moves. Slowly, feebly, it drags its broken body through the sea of blood. It's coming for Fuminori. Koji had forgotten his anger, but now it comes surging back at full force.
死ねえよ。
He growls and stabs the monster with the end of his pipe. It convulses in agony, but keeps crawling toward Fuminori. Koji explodes into a frenzy of rage.
死ねえよ。もう死んでろ。
Whoa, stay away from him! Whoa!
みのりに使えるんじゃねえよ。
Again and again, he smashes the helpless flesh beast with his pipe. Something tells him that if he does not stop it here, he will truly have lost. The monster, however, never succumbs. It struggles on beneath his blows until finally it reaches Fuminori's corpse.
触るな。みのりに触るな。てめえは何様だってんだ
This
よ。
actually, I remember I actually felt sad here. Koji keeps swinging, his fury unabated even as tears starts to pool in his eyes. The monster's slime flies through the air, draining with the blood already covering his face. The creature extends one thin, trembling tentacle to touch Fuminori's shoulder, then lovingly caresses his blood-stained cheek, and then it stops moving. Even in its final moments, the monster would not let Fuminori go. It died, joined with him. At last, Koji knows that the world he loved is gone forever.
今度のスキーだけどさ、
Wholesome.
今年はどっ
Indeed.
かスケートも遊べるところにしない？
Nani? Lumi says enthusiastically, the exposed bones of her face clattering. Why don't we go somewhere we can skate for this year's ski trip? Chunks of her body are missing, as though something's been nibbling on her. It makes her look a lot thinner. She's been worried about her weight recently, but now she shouldn't need to diet.
そういえばオウミって
Oh!
この間初めてスケートやったんだって？
Now everything's back to normal. He sounds amused, but it's hard to tell from his expression since his face has been cleaved in two by an axe.
20歳になって初体験ってのは
Shouldn't need to diet.
そう
Who the
ないんじゃ
hell
ない
was
かな。
narrating this? Not many people start skating in their 20s, you know.
子供の頃はなんとなく怖かったのよ。あの靴、なんだか刃物みたいでさ。
うん、わかる。あの靴で顔を蹴られたら僕みたいになっちゃうよね。
Oh my god. This is the tea party. Omi and Yo laugh at Fuminori's dumb joke. Yo never used to laugh with such exuberance. She seems truly happy now that she and Fuminori are officially together. Wow!
でも、いきなり蹴って殺せたの？オウミちゃん、す
Kill
ごく
who?
ない？
容量はバットとそう変わるもんじゃないからな。思い切り振り回して斧頭の重さに任せて叩きつける感覚とか。
海のりにそう言われたもんだからさ、騙されたと思ってやってみたわけよ。そうしたらもう
Who
楽し
killed
く
who? What is this feeling? Something's wrong. Why is she the whole looking one? Because she's a eldritch horror now, remember? What is this feeling? Something is wrong. Dokaji can't put his finger on what.
私も見てみたいな。
あ、
オウミちゃんが
エロい
食べられるところ。
Ah, that's it. When he sees Yo's envious smile, Koji finally realizes what's bothering him.
なあつくば、
どうしたの、コウジくん？
お前だけなんで普通なんだ？
Yo tilts. You're gonna answer your question though. Yo tilts her head quizzically, like she doesn't understand what he means.
普通って？私はいつも普通だけど。
でもお前確かあの時。
ああ、
Yo nods in understanding.
なんだ。私がコウジくんと違う姿になってた頃のこと？
昔なのか？
そうだよ。
She replies, deflecting Koji's confusion with an uncannily cheerful smile.
だってコウジくんも今じゃ私たちの仲間じゃない。
あ
Ah, of course. Koji looks down and is satisfied to see wriggling tentacles where his arms and legs should be. Oh! When he opens his eyes, his mattress and pillow are soaked in sweat. It's a nightmare! It's always the same nightmare. He doesn't know how many times he's had it, but at least he's not leaping out of his bed screaming anymore. He sits up, clutching his throbbing head. It's 4 in the morning. He hasn't had nearly enough rest, but he probably won't be able to get back to sleep tonight. Time for a smoke. A full pack will last him until dawn. Now, where did he put the pack he bought yesterday? Koji wanders sleepily into the den, where yet another old friend is waiting for him.
ひどいありさまだね。
Oi!
あ、先生
It's the best girl!
いたんですか？
Ryoko's chopped up corpse is sitting at his dining table, looking as deathly pale as ever as she sips coffee from a mug. Oh my god. Ugh.
毎晩ずいぶんと辛そうじゃないか。ろくに眠れてないんだろ？
He can't be getting much sleep, tossing and turning like that every night.
そうでもないですよ。薬を飲めば割となんとかなります。まだ。
Take your he needs to take his pills, honestly. Hallucinations like these are easier to deal with than elaborate nightmares like the ones he just had. They should probably worry him more though.
あの時私の忠告を聞き入れてれば、ここまで追い詰められることなんてなかっただろうに。
もうやめましょうよ、それは。過ぎたことじゃないですか。
She keeps saying, I told you so. Ryoko chuckles, smiling the same cruel manic smile that she used to when she was alive. Her left arm hangs from her half-severed shoulder, dangling like a forgotten wind chime.
そう。結構折り合いをつけてるんだ。
Still a bro, even when she's dead.
先生だってそうだったんでしょう。普段は優秀な脳外科医で通用してたんだから。
上辺だけ取り繕うだけならそんなに難しいことじゃないからね。
Why weren't these CG? It would have been so cool, right? Damn. Ah, Tan was so cool. The corpse shrugs her intact right shoulder and grimaces in disgust as she takes another sip of her
で
coffee.
もね、多分この先はもっと悪くなるよ。心の傷は時間が癒してくれるけど、
Time heals emotional wounds.
君はまあ言ってみれば毒に感染したようなものだから。
She's probably right. Everyone dreams at night. No matter how dim the memories may get, the nightmares will always be there to tear into Koji with fresh fangs. The insanity that has taken root in his heart will grow, eventually consuming everything that's left inside of him.
俺の場合、先生っていう前例を見て学んでますからね。
It's true when you mispronounce on
抜かりはありません
purpose.
よ。
I actually don't... Wait, what did I mispronounce? Was it grimace? I actually don't know how to pronounce that. In my case, I've had you to learn from. I'm ready for
へえ、
anything.
そうなの。
I appreciate you think my mispronunciations are on purpose, though. They make me feel less insecure of my speech impediment. Yeah, I don't know how grimace works either. Grimace? Grimace? Menace? Grimace? I don't know. Koji nods, smiling confidently, then stands and walks to the bathroom, where he retrieves the weapon that he keeps hidden behind the mirror. Ole's revolver, the one souvenir that Koji brought back from the other world that night.
ものすごい苦労したんですけど、結局ようやくその筋の人と渡りをつけましたね。
Menacingly, I still call it menacingly because you know I've been calling it that for the longest time. But the moment I try to say it, I'm like, oh wait, no, it's the wrong pronunciation. So I go menacingly. You know, I'm still in the process of like moving on from menace. It was tough, but I finally found someone who deals in these things.
弾も買ってあります。驚きましたよ。銃そのものより高いなんて。
おやおや。
She says, Oya Oya. In the mirror, Koji sees Ryoko with her axe-inflicted gash reverse. She raises her mug in a toast to Koji's resourcefulness.
で、何発買ったわけ？
One?
弾は。
一発
Oh,
だけです。
yeah, yeah. I know it. This time, it's Koji who shrugs his shoulders. He uses both, exercising his privilege as a survivor. I still know how this goes.
それ以上必要になるような状況は、俺は願い下げなんで。
He's doing it, Rose.
ふん。
Huh? The corpse in the mirror nods sagely, her smile approving.
ほんと、わきまえてるんだね、トノオくん。
Koji, you need help! Imagine if she actually tells her that Koji, you need help. There is a brief silence. Koji doesn't really feel like getting all melancholy with a dead woman.
ねえ先生、いい加減ファミレスのコーヒーはやめましょうよ。なんなら新しいの入れますから。
When Koji turns around halfway through the sentence, he realizes that the room is empty but for the silence of the night. No! And so Koji returns to the world of the sane. He lights his first cigarette of the night and takes a deep drag. While sitting alone in his den, puffing on the smoke, he stares at the gun in his hand. He knows just how precarious a cliff he's standing. Meanwhile, the stream ends. The final line of which Ryoko spoke is now one step behind him. Koji no longer has anything to protect his soul. Now that Ogai Masahiko's fantasies and Tambo Ryoko's delusions have all become tangible horrors, he knows what insanity and despair truly are. Back in the real world, Sakisaka Fuminori is wanted for several gruesome murders. It didn't take long for someone to discover the stockpiles of human meat in the empty Sakisaka and Suzumi homes. In the two refrigerators were found the remains of Suzumi Yosuke, his wife and daughter, and Takahata Omi. They found the clothes and other effects of Tsukubayo, but were unable to locate any trace of her among the various body parts, a fact that made Koji's nightmares all the more vivid. If you think about it, did Koji actually contribute to anything? in the fight. Like, all he did was kill Yo, right? He didn't really help Tanbo. Like, I don't think he stopped Koji. Or wait, was he the one that threw the... Oh yeah, he threw the liquid nitrogen at Saya. Okay, I forgot. Dr. Tanbo Ryoko of the T University Hospital vanished mysteriously around the same time. Because she was, oh right, he broke his ribs still. Right. Because I was thinking, yeah, he should have just listened to Tanbo and just fucking left. He was a distraction. That's like the worst thing you could be in a freaking fight. Oh yeah, you'll be the distraction. Because she was Fuminori's chief physician. The police have been investigating her connection to his crimes. As for the 2 corpses secretly buried in the backyard of a certain ruin, well, they'll probably never be found, and this incident will become just another cold case. Be the tank! Yeah, Yo was the distraction. Koji alone knows what really happened, and he has no intention of revealing it. Not now, and not ever. Olga's writings were not nonsense, which means that everything else was. What fool was it who said that men are the lords of creation? Those who can believe in paltry things like human wisdom and valor are those lucky innocents who have not looked into the abyss. Koji can no longer share in their blessed ignorance. He knows. He has been defiled by the insanity called truth, and he will never believe again. If he had been poisoned, as Ryoko's ghost said, then that poison is none other than the truth itself. Just as pure oxygen is harmful to the body, the naked truth has the power to destroy men's minds. Oh my god, this is so well written. Only by diluting it with lies and taking it in small doses can humans maintain a healthy soul.
どんなに世界が底抜けにめちゃくちゃになっていこうと。
Words once spoken by the living Tanbo Ryoko passed through Koji's mind.
悲鳴を上げて逃げ回る以外の選択肢が自分にはある。
That, without a doubt, was the comfort that she kept hidden in her bosom, the only thing that allowed her to face her dreams each night. Koji has taken his predecessor's lessons to heart. He's prepared for anything. One bullet is always behind the bathroom mirror, promising him salvation. He did it. He took his meds. That was ending humanity wins. We will be doing. We should relish in this ending first. Savor it. The next stream will be the true ending. This is humanity wins ending, where Saya, Fuminori, Tanbo, and Koji die. Why won't my dog give me that script? Not here. Yeah, one more stream. Yeah, one more sign of the stream. This was actually the first ending I got when I first played this game. This humanity wins ending. Very good. I really like this ending a lot. The other ending is really good too. True love ending next, yes. But that was Saya no Uta. That's basically the story. The other ending isn't that different. Like, it still goes through the same process, but you know, the ending in the end is different. A proper Call of Cthulhu campaign, and yeah. Thank you, Scribble in the Dark, for the super chat. I hope you guys enjoyed Saya no Uta freaking roller coaster. But I told you guys, the seg scenes were not really necessary. They don't really take away from how good the story is. Do they ever find Saya's dad? They did! It was the corpse inside the well with the revolver. Everyone dies. That's a Orobachi. Thank you, Orobachi. Very cool. Game's awesome. Thanks for showing it. Want to see the under ending information? Yeah, next one. Right now, we savor this ending. And yes, Tanbo, best girl. Like, honestly, I really love Tanbo. It was necessary so you could just shut up. Yeah, more side note. The next one will be the final one, like the true ending. Yeah. I don't know, the seg scenes add layers to the story. I mean, you guys can read the seg scenes on your own. Some were left in anyway. Look, they were like, oh, no sex scenes. I thought they were going to censor the breast because that's what they did in like the Steam version of Grisaya. But they didn't. Really, your audience, why do you want me to read the sex scenes with you guys so bad? What the hell? What is wrong with you? What the fuck? What do you hope to accomplish with it? If your true ending has no Fuminori smiling with an axe, I don't think it will be as good. Wow, so you guys have fallen for Fuminori now? But who will voice them? They're voiced. They're already voiced. It's not like Fate where the scenes are not voiced. They're voiced. They're voiced. So, no worries. I think they're voiced. They're voiced, right? No, I just thought it was Patrick Bateman funny. But yeah, a lot of people are into Patrick Bateman, so you're not really proving me wrong here. But yeah, oh my god, CG... No, wait, actually, before I look at the CG library... Ah! Oh, wait. I scared myself. Shut up! Wait, no, wait. Try to look for freaking... Yeah, we're missing like 3 CGs. We're missing 3 CGs. Where the hell is the Tambo? You guys can see it, right? Okay, yeah, you guys can see it. You guys can see it, right? Okay, nice. There you go. Try to look for the rest. I don't want to! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Wait, let me solve this. Put user in timeout. There we go. Yeah, the giant Virgil face is the DLC. It's a special edition if you don't have the R18. Okay. Fuck. Alright, that was No Uta. That was Humanity Ends. Humanity Wins ending. Fuck. Oh god, I love Tamba Ryoko. I think I have art of her when I was like younger and I drew her. I'm pretty sure I have art of her. I think I have art of her with Mion actually, because of obvious reasons. I know a friend who has one of the icons of Ryoko as his Steam icon. Oh yeah, because No Uta has Steam icons. Draw her again? Of course. I don't think I uploaded the Mion and Tambo art anyway, like back then, so I think I could upload it now if I find it. Because I have no idea which part of my computer I put it on. If it's in my computer, if it's in my laptop, if it's in my iPad. Oh yeah, the birthday gift! Oh my god, thank you for reminding me. I need to freaking finish it. I need to finish it before the day ends. Oh my god. It's Terry Papa's birthday today. Please tell him happy birthday. I'm drawing Mutsuki for him. Don't tell him. But yeah, thanks for reading No Uta for me. We're going to do the true ending next time. But this ending was really good already. But the next ending is also pretty good. Alright, see you guys. Bye bye.
Flashbang.
Oh shit, I forgot it. I forgot my script. Wait. Fuck. Wait, give me a bit. Thanks for watching my No Uta reading stream. Leave a comment down below once the video ends. And don't forget to check out my Twitter and Facebook, Virgil KoMETA, where I post my arts and shitposts. Anyway, that's it. See ya, love you all. Bye bye. Oh yeah, I'm back. Thanks for the super chats, everyone. Thank you, Harso, for the super chat. Maybe super chat alert will help. Thank you, Jill Casulia, for the super chat. Good idea. Thank you, UP, for being a member for 1 month. Oh, thank you, Harso, for the super chat. Bring me, moshi. Yeah, your stream is still going on, Mama. Okay, bye. I just heard my dad coughing out his lungs.